You're listening to the Wicked Theory Podcast.
We're very happy to have you back, even for a short visit.
And here we go.
Broadcasting to you live from the tail end of 2017, where we already regret everything we'll do in 2018. This is the Wicked Theory Podcast. Hey! Wake up, folks, because I'm still sleepy. This is the Wicked Theory Podcast. This is episode 138, I believe, and I'm your host. My name is Bill Sweeney. Every now and then, or every Saturday, however you think about it, I get together and I bring some friends and maybe just a dash of family. So, speaking of family, I got Brother Bob on guitar.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
I got Ed O'Hare.
That is my name.
That is your name. And still with the same name himself, too, Uncle Jay.
I am back, motherfucker.
Strap in. Strap in.
I am back.
He's back.
This
and
is
he's
my triumphant return. I haven't been here in a couple of weeks.
triumphant. He's won something.
Yes.
And I think...
I kind of did, actually.
I think your prize must have been that pipe.
Yes, I'm smoking a pipe.
You've aged 20 years while you were gone.
And I love every fucking day of it.
Grandpa Jay is in the house.
Yeah,
There you
Reverend
go.
J.
Reverend Grandpa Uncle Jay
Yes.
with a pocket full of Werther's original.
Professor J.
My name is getting longer.
Longer and longer. The more titles you acquire, my friend.
Little Cherry Cavendish.
You get the kids sitting up on your lap, having a
Oh,
good
man.
time. You know. Now you need a fucking boat.
Yeah, I do.
Like that, you need a schooner, or I don't even know what that is.
and,
but
a
I
por-
think,
and a pork pie hat.
yeah, and to be off the coast of fucking Maine or something.
And an English accent, but that's not going to ever happen.
See, I was going the other way with it. I was just thinking you just need the jacket with the tweed elbows.
Nice.
You know, a
Right?
guy,
Good Professor J.
a friend gave me this as a Christmas present.
This
He's like,
pipe.
you know, you go from cigars to the pipe.
Right.
So the next time, the reason you're using it is so that the next time he comes over
Yeah.
and he sees it sitting there, it's got some kind of like use,
You know,
signs of use.
I'm just giving it a shot. You know what I mean? See how it is.
I just have this image now of
Yeah.
a quaint
Uh-huh.
little site, little river, maybe a lake
Right.
in the heart of Maine. Some guys going fishing. He thinks it's all quiet. And then in the distance, there's a rowboat that comes closer and closer to him. And it's just Jay pulling buckets out of the lake going, hey, you catch any crabs today?
Well, I usually say that to my friends.
You at the bar as soon as you walk
Yeah,
in.
you catch crabs this week or no?
Not a good weekend then if you didn't get a couple
Did you
crabs.
bang Susan? Because Susan's got the crabs.
I might have got two. I might have got two crabs.
She got Mr. Krabs.
They were big. Spot them right away.
I'll probably go back to cigars in a couple weeks. Anyway.
Yeah, you ever go crabbing when you were a kid?
Not when I was a kid, but when I was in my teens. No, never went crabbing.
No.
No.
I have with Grandpa.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the dump.
What was her name?
Nice.
What was her
At the dump. Well, they're cribs.
Again, what was
they
her name?
eat garbage.
Yeah.
So where they gonna go? They're gonna go to where they can get the most garbage.
Bottom feeders.
So that's where Grandpa used to go get his crabs.
There you go. And that's how those old school guineas fucking operated. Fucking, they were like, what's food? You eat it. Doesn't matter where it comes from or what it looks like or how many eyes
Really,
it has.
if it fits on a fucking fork.
There we go.
Yep, there we go. That's it.
That's it.
And who says you got to use a fork? You eat with your hands and you eat everything. Sometimes even the bones. That's just how it goes with them. All right, so this is episode 138. People, listen to us live every Saturday night, mixler.com/wicked-theory. When you get here, you can get in the chat room and hang out with us and talk to us. Like there's some people, we're going to run down a list in a minute.
That's right.
But we're also going to do some news. We're going to do some email. We're going to do some reviews. We got a couple of year-end lists maybe of sorts to get to. We got maybe a game we'll squeeze in there.
Ooh-wee. Busy night.
Busy night. We got some stuff to get to.
We got plans.
Yeah, and you can even probably squeeze in an email if you're listening live. Send it to email. No, don't send it to email. Send it to podcast
Yes.
at gmail.com. No, that's not true at all either.
Podcast at
Wicked
Wicked
Theory.
Theory.
I literally, really did just wake up from a nap. I've been up for
You've been up for an hour and
45 minutes?
45 minutes, Bill.
I feel like it's just 45.
5:45. You gotta.
No, Jesus Christ. That doesn't count.
You need a bigger cup of coffee.
Ugh, I need to splash a hot cup of coffee in my face. That might do it. All right, so people check out the DCTV report. Ed, what are you guys doing this week?
Oh, we're doing our New Year's roundup.
Okay.
Yeah, just a bit of news and little challenge. Little person out there named Agent Palmer asked us to do elevator pitches for all the shows we watch. So
That should be interesting.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. So we trade back and forth. It's fun. It's a
And if
nice
it
little
doesn't work
episode.
out, it's Palmer's fault.
Exactly.
All right, so people, there's an experiment running live this week on the DCTV report. Be sure to check it out. Subscribe, rate, review this show and that show because, you know, they're one of them. I won't make you pick, but one of them's a really good show.
Yeah. And throw
Yeah,
out,
yeah, yeah.
If
Yeah,
you
yeah,
watch DC TV shows, you have any resolutions you think that some of those characters should
yeah.
do, please throw that out. We'd love to do that next week.
Oh, I got you.
That's a good idea.
That's because those characters have a lot of issues.
Yeah.
So they could use some recommitment to their problems.
Exactly.
Because if it's anything,
Like
They-
Barry Allen could could resolve to not choose the Speed Force over his new wife all the time.
Oh yeah. Or
Something
like
like that,
like he has been.
Or just not to be a fucking idiot in front of arch villains.
basically,
Yeah.
basically. I would like some resolutions from the writers' rooms, but that's a whole different. That's a whole-
By the way, Ed,
I'd like some resolutions from that writer's room not to use that stupid inflatable suit anymore.
I just wanted to say to Ed real quick that I enjoyed his Star Wars: The Last Jedi review on the DC-TV report.
thank you.
That was wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
yeah,
Thank you
people
so
should check
much.
that out.
Disney will be proud of that.
Yeah. People should check that out. So also we got people hanging out in the
I'm
chat
not
room.
done with you, but all right.
We got people hanging out in the chat room, don't we?
Yes, we do. We got Meow God. We got Zombie John. We got
Hey,
Wesley
guys.
Ryan Gaskins.
Well,
Hey,
thanks
guys.
for hanging out,
Yeah.
kids.
Really?
I
Each
paused.
one of you is supposed to bring 25 of your friends.
Yeah,
It's like-
really.
It's like the old school with bands, you know. You'd have to like get as many people as you know to bring as many people as they
Right.
know.
Or we're never going to make money for this gig.
Really?
Like, we have to break a certain number here. So
Right,
tell your
really.
mom, tell your dad.
Yeah, you remember those days?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I never broke into stand-up comedy in New York because I don't have any friends.
Yeah.
It's all bringer show.
You just
Well,
keep doing open
you
mics.
wouldn't necessarily know this, but if you don't have friends in the comedy circuit, just bring cocaine.
Oh, okay. And you know what? I think I'm about 30 years too late for that.
No.
The drug might have changed.
Yeah. Now
But-
it's either meth or heroin.
Yeah, maybe so. Like that.
Baby. Crack cocaine.
We presume.
Yeah.
We don't know for sure, but we presume. So let's give those kids in the chat room something to do. How about a chat game?
All right.
I'm gonna go with terrible villain one-liners.
Ooh.
It's gonna be. We'll see how this goes.
All right. Examples include Lex Luthor. Oh, I thought you liked kryptonite. And Freddy Krueger. Damn it! I just had my nails done.
I'm not even saying those are gems. I wrote both of them. I'll take the heat. But you guys usually knock it out of the park there in the chat room. So that's the thinking. Terrible villain one-liners. Make them up, folks. Surprise us, amaze us, all that stuff. Oh, that's a booger. That's a boogery sound.
Yeah, that's a boogery sound. Sorry.
Sorry, folks. Bob's allergic to work. But
Well, now I am.
that's inside. All right, so I guess we're just gonna get right into it though, because we got a lot of stuff to get to. So we got a couple of top tens, a couple of year ends. We're gonna squeeze them in up here real quick. Well, not real quick, but just up front before the news. We kind of move some things around.
Yeah, right.
All right, so
And did you mention the pitch versus pitch?
yeah, we're gonna get to that too. We got that. Oh
Really?
yeah. Well, people, long-time listeners should know that today is the day we'll finally get to Dom Torrey's pitch versus pitch.
Who's not here, by the way.
Who's
Yeah.
not here, by the way.
Which
but
was pitched originally right after Thanksgiving, I think.
that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Sometime way back
that
in
weekend.
in ye olden days. And Dom's not here, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna give them out. Dom's gonna be listening during the week, and then whether he Skypes it in or emails it in for next week, we'll just have to wait till then to find out.
Yeah.
With bated breath.
We've waited this long.
What's another week?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be the run on that. But up first, let's figure out what are these top tens here, or what do we got, boys? Who's got what? Who wants to go first?
Well, Jay and I put together a top 10 list of movies we've seen this year.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Different approaches, though.
yes, different approaches.
Okay.
I have a spreadsheet.
Right.
There's a whole mathematical system that
Right.
only makes sense to me.
Well, yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, we know your mathematical systems.
And we know that it only makes sense to you. That part we know for sure.
Yeah. And
4 stars, 5.
Oh boy, you ain't
tacos
kidding.
kind of
Yeah.
thing.
The thing is that this is not an ultimate list for me because I haven't seen a lot of the
Sure.
year-end films yet. That's why I don't like doing these lists. I said
Yeah.
this in my Twitter video.
Yeah.
I don't like doing them because
Nothing's out yet. Not
I haven't
everything's out.
seen Shape of Water. I haven't seen,
Right, right.
and there's a few I don't care to see
Yeah.
because I know I'm not going to like.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? But mine is. I'm just going to give you 10. I'm not going to give you a favorite yet. I figure that'll come down the pike. So mine are in alphabetical order, but I'm going to give it to Ed because Ed put some strategic thought into his.
Right,
So I'm guessing he's got a 10-1
Yes, I do.
thing, and so I'm just going to let him have the floor for
Well,
a
take
while
it away, Ed.
while I
We'll-
suck on this pipe.
Yes, these are
Take it away, Ed.
top 10 movies that
Gay.
that premiered in 2017
Yeah, go ahead.
that I saw in 2017.
Nice. I like the logic of that. Thanks for breaking that down.
I know it's not on that list. I'll tell you that right now.
So
I'm just trying to hear the list, folks.
number 10.
Yes.
Spider-Man: Homecoming.
I remember that. I saw that. That was good.
Yes, and I will say this is the highest superhero movie on this list.
Ooh,
Ooh.
teasing out the list.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Actually, Bill and Bob, you should chime in and say I would put that on my list because you don't have one.
That's true.
So
That's
if you-
true.
so-
I'd put that on my list if I had one.
Yeah.
And
Same here.
Bob too.
Yeah. yeah.
Continue.
Yeah. All right. Fine. Fine.
Fine.
So wait, but you were saying now about that's the highest on that Spider-Man's the highest superhero movie on the list,
Yes, it is.
and it's number 10.
It's number 10
So then it's the only superhero movie on the list.
on the top 10 list. Yes.
So he's
Yeah.
only got one superhero movie on his list.
A lot of logic being explained today.
Yes.
Okay. Continue.
All right. So number 9, The Wall.
That's a WWE movie, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know if they may have.
They may
Because
have.
John Cena's in it doesn't mean it's a
Yeah, no. It's directed by Doug Liman. It's Aaron Taylor
Right.
Johnson.
Yeah, I don't think it's a WWE.
It's set during the Iraq War. One guy gets trapped behind a wall,
Right.
and he's communicating with someone on the radio, who he doesn't know if he can trust.
On the
And-
radio.
yes.
Ed, I have not seen that movie, but I have the Blu-ray, and I'm looking forward to watching it.
I will say it is a masterful piece of psychological filmmaking.
Masterful piece of psychological drama, says Edward O'Hare of the
yeah.
Wicked Theory podcast.
There we go. But number 8,
8, the Ocho.
Atomic Blonde.
Ooh. Okay.
That's actually a comic book, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that would make her a superhero, wouldn't it?
It makes it a comic book adaptation.
Okay.
And you could even probably argue with the fighting style and skill set, where it's like, it's almost superhuman-y because it's like John Wick style, fucking crazy, do the best fighter in the world.
Well, no, but the thing I love about this movie, and the thing that it does better than John Wick, is that you see the scars on Charlize Theron.
Okay, right.
And you see her getting weaker and weaker.
The physical
and
toll.
and the physical toll that each hit is taking.
Well, that's
on her.
good. Well, that's good. Brings a gravitas.
Yeah. And there's a great fight scene in a stairwell.
How unheard of
Yeah, no,
these days.
which are among the hardest stunt scenes to pull off.
Oh, sure. No,
And,
yeah.
yeah, great stuff in there.
Palmer will be happy. That's based on The Coldest City.
Would that be on your list, Bill?
If I had seen it. Maybe.
I thought you did watch it.
Nah, I never got around to it.
Number 7,
Number 7.
Free Fire.
Oh, that's one I want to actually see really bad.
This is another one where it's a bunch of stuff happening in an enclosed space.
Nice.
And there's guns everywhere.
Nice.
And you have outrageous characters. Armie Hammer,
Right.
Sholto Copley,
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson, just insanity going on, and it's all in one space. It's
a protracted Mexican standoff that's not very standoff because everybody shoots a lot and a tight space with a lot of outrageous characters. It does sound like a great time.
oh yeah, and it's fun. Produced by Martin Scorsese.
Well, now I don't want to see it, but no. Somehow that ruined it. No, continue.
Number 6,
6.
Loving Vincent.
This is the Van Gogh thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, this is a movie. It took them, I think, 5 or 6 years to make it. Every cell is hand painted.
It's all the action scenes in the movie, right?
Yeah.
They were so hard to do.
And hand painted in the style of Vincent Van Gogh, and it tells the story of a man who's trying to deliver a letter Van Gogh wrote after after he has died, and also the person he wrote it to has died. And so it's him trying to discover who Van Gogh was, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful story.
Interesting. I mean, just because it's like I'm trying to picture how that would feel as an animated thing in his painted style.
Subtitled Life of a Madman.
And I would kind of feel like it would probably feel like rotoscoping at a certain point where like sometimes it might work and sometimes it might not. I don't know. But I have to see it. It's probably amazing.
Yeah, especially you with your artistic background.
You would think that. But,
I
sometimes that's what makes me actually fucking way too picky about things. You know what I mean? It's like I'm overthinking it. But
All right, number 5.
5!
Tonya.
Hey. That's another one I want to see.
Yes.
I'm glad I got you guys here to see all these movies so I don't have to.
And just
we talked about it recently.
we talked about that recently.
I think Jay's actually got it in his Meanwhile coming up later. A breakdown from him on it.
Yeah, just fun stuff.
Fun stuff.
Fun stuff. Number 4, Wind River. Now
this movie, you keep coming back to this fucking movie.
I keep coming back to it, man, and it
coming back.
stays with me. Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
It's a murder mystery in the snow, in the snowy mountains.
Wind River.
Yeah, no, it's Jeremy Renner's the fucking man in that movie.
Finally.
Yeah.
He's the man in something.
Yeah. Number 3.
Perfect circle. What? Number 3.
3 billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri. Great tour de force performances here.
What's her name? Frances McDormand, right? Yeah.
It's great. She's great. Sam Rockwell is biggest fuck up you've ever seen in your life. And just masterful performances. Kind of a weird ending. Weird place to
Aliens out of nowhere. I get you.
But I kind of
It's a Fargo ending.
Yeah.
The trailers on that looked really great.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. Her really getting to fucking like stick it to people and a lot of high awkward confrontation, face-to-face confrontations.
And what's funny is just when you think you have this movie figured out,
aliens,
you'll realize that a different
cyborgs, time-traveling cyborgs,
a different person will fuck everything up.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Well, that's good.
So it keeps you guessing.
Right.
So no time traveling cyborgs then.
Yeah.
Because they could fuck it up.
It's true.
Yeah, they're usually good at fucking things up.
I mean, that's usually why they send back.
Yeah.
Now, I will say the top 2.
Yeah.
This is a very hard decision.
Right, but you went by some data, some metrics. It was crunched for you. You had to kind of take it as it is.
These were as close as you could possibly get between these two.
Without
films.
being an actual tie.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it practically was a tie.
Right.
Batman versus Superman and Man of Steel.
Was it a tie by the metrics? And then you had to pick one?
I had to go to the 3rd tiebreaker.
Wow. You had to call a friend.
Oh, sudden death.
Sudden death friend. I had to mail it out to the, who's the insurance company that does all the accounting for...
Oh, Price Waterhouse.
That's probably, Ma, if you had to pick between these two.
Yo, Mom!
After all the science and the spreadsheets and everything, you could just come down to, Ma, pick one. Somebody want to flip a coin for me?
She's downstairs like, fucking Ed and his goddamn lists every year. So, what were the last 2, Ed?
Number 2 is Darkest Hour.
Hey, that's our that's our friend.
Would you stop interrupting me while I am interrupting you?
Jesus Christ, take it easy. He's so hostile, that guy. I don't know how he was so helpful to the world if he was always screaming. Maybe that's how you get things done.
Well, I knew you were really high on this one because when you saw it, you came to me and you were like, "Dude, this is awesome."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had a little discussion, and you were like, "Dude, you got to see it."
Yeah.
For those wanting to know, Jay is still, even more so, deeply in love with his pipe.
Oh, yeah.
He's enjoying his
I'm
peep.
listening to Ed's top 10 list
No.
and enjoying it so far.
But I did hear you just say, I really like this pipe.
It's good. It's
Just in case
helping
anybody
me
kind of
think.
caught it like slightly off the mic. That's what he said. He was like,
Wonderful.
It's delicious.
So yeah, Darkest Hour.
Darkest Hour, number 2, Gary Oldman under a whole bunch of makeup,
Yeah, and
looking like my grandfather. Basically, he's looking like Bus. In the
A little bit,
trailer.
yeah,
a little bit.
yeah.
Very jowly.
Yeah, well, Bus had more hair.
and they
That's true.
they do a great job with the visual storytelling
Mm.
to demonstrate the kind of pressure that he was under.
Okay.
And there's a lot cinematically that's going
Let
on.
me ask you a question. Dunkirk, does that cover the same?
Yes, it does.
It does, right? It's the same events. So
Yes.
there's a mashup trailer of those 2 movies where it intercuts him doing all his screamy yell stuff back home while the boys are like, we can't send them into this, they're all going to die. And then they all fucking die. Like, basically. Like that's, but it's like really, it's like, oh my God, if you could take 2 more tense movies.
Well, it feels it could be a good counterpiece. Like a good tie-in.
I encourage you to, especially, or anybody who's into either of those movies, to kind of like just seek that out. It's a mashup trailer for Dunkirk and Darkest Hour. It should be called The Darkest Dunkirk, but it's not.
Yeah. Also, the third part of that trilogy is another movie that came out this year called Their Finest.
Oh well, geez,
which
don't
is
tell
about
the guy.
them making a movie about Dunkirk.
Well, that's just too meta. That's just too meta. So your number one.
My number one.
Yes.
Which I'm sure people have already guessed.
Uh-oh.
Because I swooned over a lot over this recently. Is The Shape of Water.
Oh.
Directed by Guillermo del Toro.
Del Toro.
Del Toro.
Del Toro.
The bull. That's what that means, The bull.
The bull. Guillermo del Bull.
This is just a beautiful story.
Just beautiful. Just top to bottom.
Great characters. Visually, it's stunning. There's not a false note in that, and it's quirky.
Right.
And it has these moments where it just kind of flies off and does its own thing for a while, and it's just a truly mesmerizing time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's
you're wrong. Your whole list is fucking wrong.
yeah.
Sorry. No, well, I don't have applause. I was looking for some applause or something, some kind of way to kind of signify that you did a good thing.
So yeah.
I got this.
Ed, that was a really good list.
Edo Ebert. Is it time for the DC report?
No, Homer. Sorry.
That was a very impressive list. I have to congratulate you on that.
Thank you.
It is a good list. It's a good, nice roundabout list. Now, are you going to slap that together?
Yeah.
You're going to...
Oh, that thing?
Yeah.
We were talking about?
I hate doing... I shouldn't even mention it on here.
No.
I'll ask you later.
I'll have it tomorrow.
No. Well... We were talking about maybe having it pop up on the website if anyone wants to check it out. So we'll see how that goes. Same thing with Jay's list if he wants to. Jay, you do have a list of your own. More
yes, I do.
By alphabetical order. These are like some top picks of the year.
I'm going to do a little cheat before I get to that.
What does that mean?
Means that there's a couple of honorable mentions that I have to mention here.
Most honorable
because
of
I had a
mentions.
tough time whether I should put them in or not. But it's a special shout to actioners this year.
Okay.
And I have 3 films, 2 of which Ed just named.
Right.
So I'm gonna name them. 3 really good action movies came about this year that I really, really loved. Ed mentioned Atomic Blonde.
Sure.
He also mentioned Free Fire.
Free Fire.
And I'm going to throw in Baby Driver.
Sure.
Because these were 3 action films.
Yeah.
One was a spy thriller, one was a shoot 'em up, and the other was a driving chase film.
Heist, yeah.
3 perfect examples of great action filmmaking for me. And I had to...
Yeah, really reinventing genres a little bit.
And they all came out this year.
So none of these guys are from the Michael Bay school then?
No. Not at all.
Okay.
These are 3 very well done, very
Thank
well
God that guy
edited
don't have a real school.
To Free Fire, I really loved a lot, and
Sure.
that may make it. I'm just doing 10 now.
Right.
I had to throw those out there.
Fair enough.
I also want to defend something. I was recently looking at a lot of worst of lists lately.
Yeah.
And somebody mentioned that Valerian was one of the worst movies this year. I cannot.
I wouldn't agree with that.
No, I have to defend that. And
you know what?
If you wanted to call that like a big disappointment because they were shooting so high with this movie, then I could probably agree with that more or less. But
no, it was not.
I don't think it was the worst film. I think it was just too far-reaching, and it didn't quite hit all its marks.
No, and in fact, the response to it was everyone was saying, "Take Valerian off of there."
Yeah, get rid of James Caan.
I think you've seen that.
That's
you know
Luc
what I mean?
Besson, right?
Yeah, Luc Besson directed it.
Right.
So for my worst was Dark.
You guys are fucking rubbing off on me. I'm starting to remember shit.
You see that? Well, you know what it is though? We have to talk about probably something like a few times, like and that's the thing that came up like over the course of like it's all year, like 5 episodes.
My worst was Dark Tower.
Dark Tower.
You know what I mean? Which I did not see on lists.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So,
Which I'm surprised because,
I heard that was a disaster.
But there was a lot of ballyhoo about it being so bad. So much people disappointed that if you're going to put Valerian on those lists for pretty much the same reasons, I would think that Darkest Tower would be like a bigger disappointment.
I don't believe that the reasons behind it are merited for Valerian to be on there. Dark Tower, I can vouch for.
Hey, was the Snowman on those lists?
Yes, they were. Yes, they were.
all right.
No, just checking.
Which I
just
didn't see,
on
which is not on my list. But I'm just saying that it was hard for me to trash it because I thought that Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey did nice jobs in it.
Sure.
So it's kind of heartbreaking.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Well, they're both pretty strong actors in whatever they do because they can always find a way to make whatever they're given somewhat interesting.
At least in their moments.
Yeah, their moments. So.
Yeah. Even Stephen King has said so, basically, as of, like this week.
Yeah.
But
so
continue.
So those were my special shout-outs.
All right.
For that. So this is alphabetical order for me.
All right, but these are the ones for 2017. Not including,
2017. This is my 10.
Here we go.
American Made, which was Doug Liman's second film.
Nice.
In this, I just adored that movie.
It was the Tom Cruise cocaine traffic.
Oh yeah, it's totally up my alley.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. Second is Blade Runner 2049.
Sure.
Going into the B's.
I will say that was my next one in.
Okay.
And Brawl in Cell Block 99.
Woo!
Man.
There it is, folks.
There it is.
There it is. That's Jay's. I'm surprised.
I recently bought it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And I watched it again.
Sure.
And I watched all the like extras with it. You know, got all the directors.
Yeah.
And man, I just love it even more, man. It's just so fucking raw. It's full of energy, and it's actually a really good story too.
Right.
So I definitely recommend that. Detroit.
Okay. Right.
Really adored that. I think that's really underrated. This award season.
It got a lot of critical acclaim, but didn't really make a lot of the public conversation.
Came out too early, I think.
Yeah,
too.
I think it's also one of those things that, I think for reasons of not putting enough of a high tension trailer together. Like there was the first trailer that came out for that was really good. And
the movie's very good.
And then they kind of backed off selling it for what it really was. And they kind of just tried to be like, yeah, this is a thing about some serious stuff that happened back in the day. Whereas they showed you some really fucked up shit in the first trailer. I think that would have sold the movie better over the long haul. But that's me.
It just continually shows Catherine Bigelow's
skill set.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She's one of the best out there today, I think.
All right.
Moving on, I, Tonya is on my list too. I really enjoyed that. I'll explain why later.
Sure.
Because I'm going to cover it later. Have to throw it in there because that just by far exceeded my expectations to adapt something from Stephen King and really just truly, make it masterful on that screen. The only problem is I just want to see the rest of it.
Yeah, it's waiting for more. I hear you.
Logan,
okay.
which is by far my favorite comic book film this year.
Yeah, that would be on my list for sure.
So dark, post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, it's just moody right from frame one.
And I saw this twice. I saw it once in its film noir version, which is basically black and white.
Sure.
Which is even moodier as fuck.
Yeah, I could imagine that just being that much more powerful.
And Star Wars: The Last Jedi, of course. We know why.
Sure.
I don't have to remind people here.
If anybody hasn't listened to our very special spoiler-filled Star Wars,
testosterone, emotionally filled,
emotional and testosterone-laden movie review special. Please check that out in your podcast feed.
Yeah, there's some very honest reviews and emotions going on in that one, to put it politely.
Yeah, not safe for work.
War for the Planet of the Apes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
that was
moving.
I didn't see that, but that looked good.
Shit. And also,
those movies are always solid.
Oh, this was just even. I mean, we hit it on the head. We said Searchers.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of that. There's a little bit of Apocalypse Now in here. It's just the narrative of that is just amazing, and it's a tour de force performance from Andy Serkis. If there was a way he can get nominated for that, I would love it to death. But
God damn it.
The Academy's got their heads up their ass. And finally, it's Wind River, also on my list as well. Terrific movie. You guys haven't seen it.
Wind River. So what are the overlaps between the two of you for these lists in particular? Wind River
and I, Tonya.
And I, Tonya.
Okay.
Interesting.
But to be fair, Ed saw a lot more films. He mentioned, but I also did mention Atomic Blonde and Free Fire as a secondary thing.
Yeah.
To say my next three were Blade Runner 2049, Logan, and It.
There you go.
There you
so
go.
those were some.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's some overlaps.
Yeah, some overlaps. I bet you if we had kind of like done like a 15, we would probably have. I bet you 5 each that were kind of overlappies.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
I just pointed that out of curiosity.
so that's.
I think it for me. I mean, I'm not a
Sure.
big horror movie fan, but I
Yeah.
think it had to be the more horror movie of the year, hands down. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't get to see
That was
a lot
like
of horror
what,
movies. and-
half $1 billion that movie made or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's like no horror movies ever made anything close.
There was a couple other movies that I was fucking around with, and Mother was another one that I really enjoyed. You know, what I mean? Even though it's a hard watch, it still is.
Tell your
pretty damn
children
good.
not to wash my balls.
And honestly, all the Marvel
Do you
movies,
think they'll drop the bomb?
all the Marvel films, the
Yeah.
3 that we got.
They were good.
Guardians, Spider-Man, and Thor. I thought.
Well, you know
They were
what?
really good.
This was a long year filled with a lot of great movies, and like we could end up doing also rans, like you know what I mean? Like, oh, don't forget about this and that. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, this
Into the
isn't
sunlight.
finalized for me, but I just wanted to bring something.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
we
that's
we
what.
had 3
yeah.
great. We had 3 very solid Marvel movies this year. We had 5 out of 6 superhero movies that were very good.
Yeah.
I think right.
Like yeah.
So that was. I think
Something like that.
overall, it's a great
Right.
year.
Yeah. Pretty much.
But
Yeah.
Logan definitely moved me. Man.
Yeah, Logan,
Yeah.
I would put at the top.
Yeah.
It's the one that's doing something different, man,
Right.
and landing it.
Right.
All of it.
Yeah.
Like whatever it's putting out there, it's landing all of it, which is that in and of itself for any movie is always a challenge.
And it's a good ending for a run
Yeah.
with that
Well,
character. You know what I mean?
primarily, yes, right.
It's a
really
good
is.
way to appreciate the actor and to give them. It's almost like giving a baseball player that walk off. He comes out and he waves to everybody. I'm retired now. You know that kind
Yeah,
of
fuck
thing.
that guy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
It's making sure he goes out and has a great movie on that's the last one.
Yeah.
But all in all, I thought
it's
it
true.
was a very good year for movies. You know what I mean? There was a
It
lot of
was.
good stuff. A lot of good year for the genre,
Yeah,
too.
Genre
absolutely.
stuff,
Because
yeah.
all the other rans are now getting it.
Right.
And they're starting to put it on screen finally, you know. So, and as they continue to get it, they're going to get better, and we're going to keep getting better stuff. And I can't wait for the more diverse stuff to start coming, because it is getting a little bit like, okay, this, I'm seeing too many people flying around. You know what I mean? so to have different things.
And a really good mention to, I didn't put it on there, but it was also something I really loved was Gerald's Game. The Netflix.
Yeah, true,
Stephen King.
true.
You talk about a really good adaptation of a Stephen King novel.
Well,
And
speaking
we'll
of
get to
that,
we'll get to
you
that
know
in the
what?
news.
That's going to take us right now into the
Or
news.
into
How
the
about
news.
that,
All
Bob?
right.
Hit us up with the news theme. It's news time. Yeah, just roll right into it, Uncle Jay. Tell us what you got to say.
So I just mentioned Gerald's Game, which you and I loved a lot, as an
Yeah.
adaptation of Stephen King. But
Yeah.
there's 2 other Stephen King novels that he would like to adapt.
This is Mike Flanagan, the director.
The Mike
right?
Flanagan, the
Right,
writer-director of
Yeah.
Flanagan.
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 Johnny Flanagan. That's a ticket.
That's
Yeah, that's a ticket.
Now these are 2 novels that
Morgan Fairchild.
these are 2 novels I'm aware of,
Yes.
but I never read.
Right,
So,
right.
so 2006 there was a novel called Lizzie's Story.
Yes. Yeah, I never read it. Really didn't know what it was about until I saw the article, to be honest with you.
That's it. We got to get Mom on the line on Skype.
She reads so much crap, she doesn't remember, like, what she reads. That's the sin. Like, unless she just read the book,
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
she's like, oh, I guess I read it. I
Yeah.
must have read it.
Well, that's true, because she usually has like 3 on the nightstand that she's getting to next. So it's the moment she finishes one, she just picks up
And
another
she's reading like 2 of them at the same time, too. It's like, if she's reading a book and then, like, Stephen King comes out with a new book, it's like, okay, I put down Kuntz or John Saul or
Right,
whatever
yeah.
else she's
Right.
reading. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, so Lizzie's Story, right, which I
And-
had never read.
No, I really didn't know much about
Yeah,
it. But
I'm
I've
not
heard
even,
of it.
I'm not even sure if it's really horror because sometimes Stephen King stuff runs like, a barometer of horror. How horror is it versus how spiritual or metaphysical or just Stand By Me type shit. Like, you know what I mean? But,
And the
it's-
next one is the semi-sequel to The Shining, which was Doctor Sleep.
yeah.
I've
which
heard a lot about it.
Yeah, I heard
I
it's
mean,
really good.
Just reading this description here in the Dark Horizons
Sure.
article.
What's it
is,
got?
Ooh.
This is for Lizzie's
You
Story.
want to give it a voice, Ed, and try and sell it to us?
You want me to just read it straight out of the article?
Well, I mean, is it no good?
Well, no, all right, I could do that. Dr. Sleep follows a now adult Danny Torrance, the boy who survived the Overlook Hotel, who became an angry alcoholic drifter. Opting to settle down and ditch the bottle, his suppressed psychic powers re-emerge to provide comfort to dying patients. And he's soon contacted by a young girl with a stronger shining than him, and who is being hunted by a cult of quasi-immortals keen to kidnap and feed off her psychic energy.
Well, that's what you do. You know,
Yeah,
you eat that shit.
Yeah.
But no, I had heard a lot of good stuff about Dr. Sleep. Like, you know, it's not so much like, oh, it doesn't tie to events of The Shining anything much more than, hey, this is just Danny's growing up and this is something that happens. Yeah, and something that happens to him later on. It's not like some kind of sister story to The Shining directly, like.
Which they'll be able to tackle easy because they don't have to worry about whether they're referencing the novel or Kubrick's.
Danny Torrance looking for revenge on the hotel.
Right, I'm going
goes
back.
It would work.
Takes on the job that his father couldn't handle.
Right.
Yeah, it would work for both aspects, really.
Because, like, you know,
Danny.
It's Danny. The more you know, cool, but you don't have to know. Right. You know, it can stand on its own. And I'm sure that's exactly the approach they would take with it.
We should actually write an 80s sequel to that.
Maybe he went back when he was like 10 or 15
total
years
Andy
later.
Sidaris or Sidarkis or whatever it was. Total that cheap, like, you know, Malibu babes with guns kind of stuff. Kind of directing, that kind of stuff. You
right.
know?
I'm gonna pass this over to Ed because this is in his wheelhouse.
Like Future Man, you know, that kind of thing.
I got you. Right, some kind of like a little tongue-in-cheek. He knows what it is.
A little over the top.
A little over the top, not too far.
Right.
Still feels grounded.
So,
and what do we got next in the news?
So Krypton.
Krypton.
The Sci-Fi Channel show about the planet Superman was born on.
Yeah.
You know, it follows the adventures of Superman's grandfather, Seg-El.
So is this going to be the Inhumans for DC?
Looks better.
No. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No,
Anyway.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, because they're definitely like, there's nobody mucking it up. They're like,
No.
they basically can do whatever they want. Like nothing. How
Yeah.
much could possibly be pre-established? Like a little bit of it in the comics. Like did they ever deal
No,
with this era before?
There's one graphic novel called World of Krypton.
Okay.
That it's written by John Byrne.
And it deals like the world history kind of thing.
Yeah, and
a
Mike
little bit.
Mignola, and it's basically like a bunch of one shots about the history of Krypton.
But if they were using that, John Byrne would already be like filing a lawsuit or crying out in the street or something, right? Because that's like his MO, I think.
Well,
to always be just.
There's a lot of direct references. Seg-El is in that book.
Okay, that's a legit name from the book series and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's coming soon, right? It's like, or they've announced the date.
Yeah, they've announced it is premiering March 21st, 2018.
All right. So, and from what I had seen of it, it looks good. It looks a little Game of Thrones, but with more armor.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I mean,
Game of Krypton.
Game of Krypton. There you go.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what's going on.
Yeah.
There's it's a conspiracy movie.
Right.
This is not superhero fare. I think basically the House of L has been disgraced.
Yes.
And young Seg is looking to restore honor to his family.
Yes, but
and
there is a even more bold sci-fi element at play, though, than just even dealing with an alien planet, ancient history.
Yeah, and then evidently Adam Strange shows up from the future and says, we need your help to get things back on track, or else Earth's history is going to be all screwed up.
Yeah, and I think he might actually plant the seeds to the fact that Krypton is on a timeline.
Yeah.
Like on a short time frame.
That kind of answers the question, because I was wondering if Nick Cage was going to be in it.
And now
it kind of sounds like something he'd be in.
This is how he would pop in. And I'm just trying to tell you, you got to chill out.
Now, Ed, two things. Is Warner producing this?
Yes.
And are you going to watch it?
Oh, I'm watching it.
Okay.
I have to cover it, man.
You've been mentioning it since episode 1 of the DC TV report. As soon as it was announced, it's like, okay, we know that we have 9 shows that we'll be trying to cover.
It is co-created by David Esquire.
There you go. No, what are you gonna do? He's only an associate producing, and that's why it has some of the visual aesthetic of the movies.
Well,
of
evidently,
the Krypton that's established now with the Snyderverse.
Yeah, a lot of people were thinking that this was going to be part of the DCEU, and he actually came out last week to rain on everyone's parade and say
no, just to be safe.
No, because I can't have anything that I work on connected to any of the things I work on.
And also, too, like, do you want to deal with that, of the muck of having the movie studio start to tell you what you can do on that show? Just let it be its own thing for TV. Fuck it at this point.
No, because we don't want to have to pay Russell Crowe to guest star when this thing.
Oh my God! Could you imagine?
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine? All right. So with that, what do we got next here? This one's got to be in here a little bit for Uncle Jay. Yeah. You are the horror meister.
Well, I'm actually very interested in this Halloween that's coming out.
I am too.
David Gordon Green doing this with a Danny McBride script.
Yeah.
Scripting Halloween, and they're going to bring in Jamie Lee Curtis again.
Yeah, they got Jamie Lee Curtis again.
But they got Nick Castle, one of the original guys. There was two guys that played Michael Myers in the first film.
Right.
One was a guy named Nick Castle. He's actually a writer and director, and he's one of the writers of Escape from New York with John Carpenter.
Right.
He was the Shape in Halloween, so he's cast as Michael Myers. Why the fuck not, right?
Yeah. Because he's old? That's the only thing I can think of.
Because he's tall and...
I got you. He's going to fill out the frame as much as he ever did. He might have spina bifida or something like that. I don't know what you get as an old man, but that makes you hunch over. But I'm just kidding.
I'm sure it's just the cool kid factor of having an original Mike there. And,
I'm sure. I'm sure the action scenes
and he's not doing anything.
Yeah. And he's like, Jesus Christ, thank you for a payday.
Well, I'm interested to see what they do with this because they've come out and said that none of the sequels, including Halloween 2, will matter with this.
Yeah, like this is like picks up where the first one left off.
Yeah,
or
it's,
to that effect.
It's basically saying the only Halloween that happened is the first one.
Right.
And you don't find out that he's Jamie Lee Curtis's brother until Halloween 2.
Right.
So they're going off as if none of that is true.
Which is a weird setup, but
yeah,
hey, they sold fucking Carpenter on it right away. Like that's who they went to first with this pitch.
Yeah.
So I mean, they can't be upending it any more than Rob Zombie did, and not that he upended it much. Is what I'm saying. My point being that I don't. They can't be any crazier than that. You know what I mean?
The real question is how many cigarettes did John Carpenter smoke before he gave his approval?
No, that's a lot during that session.
I'm thinking 37.
Yeah, at least like pack and a half.
Because he's a two-packer, man.
Oh yeah.
Every time he's in an interview, it's this.
Yeah.
Burning.
The only reason his mustache has any color at all is from the nicotine stains.
That's his nicotine dye.
It's like,
He got the two fingers that look radioactive
you realize
yellow.
at some point, like, he wasn't blonde earlier in his life. That's just stain.
I met him at Monster Mania, and he smelled of cigarettes.
Oh, I'm sure. That's why the line took so long. It's like, all right, it's been 15 minutes. We think I'll take 15 minutes.
Smoker extraordinaire.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do the signing outside. Fuck it.
And lastly, in the news, John Carpenter. John Williams is going to compose the main theme for Solo.
That's cool.
Before he passes off the rest of the score to...
well, I'll have you know, Jay, that actually, in a rare scoop, the Wicked Theory podcast has gotten a hold of the score for the new Han Solo movie. You want to hear it?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Let's hear
it. Straight from the studio itself. This is from the new Han Solo movie.
Very nice.
I figure that's about right.
Yeah, that's going to fit.
Yeah. I can just see like a young Chewie running around to this.
They could just loop this
I'll say one
underneath
thing.
the entire movie.
Yeah.
I miss Benny Hill. I miss him so much.
Yeah.
Good times.
I thought you were going to play that crazy Star Wars music I put in that video one time with the awesome bass line.
Yeah. But no, I thought about this bit earlier today.
Okay.
I've been waiting about. I took a nap when I figured out this bit.
I thought you were going to play the Bill Murray song.
It's probably a good thing you didn't mention it to me because I was actually recently looking on YouTube and they actually have Darth Vader's theme.
Sure.
It's originally in minor key.
Yeah.
They transposed the entire thing to major key.
Right.
And it sounds so fucking happy.
Yeah. I've watched a lot of videos where they do that, where they'll either take it, if it's already moody, they'll change the one key. If it's already happy, they'll change it down to another key.
Well, that's how it works. If it's happy, it's a major key.
Right.
So you'll put it to minor to make it depressing.
Right.
You know?
So
make this depressing. I wish I could slow it down to like half speed.
Well, now you got your...
So that's my bit. That's my bit of the week. I'm done. That's all the comedy I wrote this week. Sorry, folks. That's as good as it gets.
So welcome back, John Williams, for another turn in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah. I mean, he'll be like you kind of broke it down for me. He'll be writing like his theme, but maybe not all the incidental music.
There's going to be a main theme that's going to be used through it, and he's going to write that, and then he's going to pass it off.
I want them to do like James Bond. and actually have like finally get some other artists in there. Like every movie have like Beyonce come in and do a song, or like Sia or one of these. I just want to hear Solo Space Guy or
something like totally 60s.
Yeah. Really, and just kind of almost ill-fitting.
Well, it looks like we're gonna get a little black exploitation. Well, it looks like we're gonna get a little black exploitation with this solo movie.
You're gonna get a little bone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Well, it's gonna be pimping if Lando's there.
Yeah, man. This is gonna be more like this shit. Fucking.
And that's the end of the news. But interesting news nonetheless.
There you go. Let's we got a pitch versus pitch to get to, folks.
Are you people insane? I'm the director. I make the casting decisions around here.
I queued that up.
This was a group effort.
No.
I queued that up pretty good that time.
Yes,
If I hadn't spoken over it, because I forgot how long the actual clip was. All right, so yeah, we are kind of moving things around a little bit this week. We're gonna get into the chat room game in the meanwhile and stuff after we kind of bang out this pitch versus pitch.
All right.
So let's see if we got all the pieces to the pie. Ed, you got something?
Yes.
Jay, you got something?
Sort of.
Okay, that's good. That's something. That's what I'm saying. Bob's got a thing that we've known about for about 2 weeks or more, and then I fucking finally managed to find a hook earlier today at work. Like, I was standing at work, like, staring at this screen, like, I cannot crack this fucking title. Like, I came up with too many, like, kind of, like, small pieces of ideas. I couldn't just gestate into, like, a nugget. Like, I would have had, like, a 1.5 sentence kind of thing. Like, I think maybe something like this. There.
Yeah, see, I took my most basic idea, and then I just turned it into whatever would work, make it work.
All right, so I think it's, how should we do? Should we start with Bob? He's been waiting a while.
Mine's confused and drawn out. Let the other guys go first.
Well, that's why I feel like maybe
I think we got to start with Bob.
I feel like that's maybe the reason why we got to start with you, because I feel like that will, give you the room that you need.
Well, I need a minute to like peruse ahead and kind of like
not listen to us.
Plan ahead. No, because it gets a little convoluted, and I don't want to stop and go, oh yeah, right, okay, now I got to do.
You're gonna do that anyway.
Because part of this is written down, part of it's still in my head, and it's like these are notes so that I can bring out everything.
All right, so
not word for word what's actually happening.
All right, well then just ignore us, I guess, for the next 5 minutes and study up.
No, I can still listen. I just got to go over this a few times. That's all.
I was only kidding. All right, so study up. All right. Figure out what you got. You know what? I'll just fucking bang it out then first. I'll just kind of jump into my thing, which actually is not right in front of me. I have to open up a document real quick. Smoke a little pipe? No, I'm good. I'm not smoking any wood chips today, sir. I got enough fucking history on these lungs. I don't need
So do I, Bill. I'm
just saying I don't need it. Heaven forbid I enjoy that. I'll have another fucking habit in my life.
Yeah, but then we can both like.
We can bond over like I got a couple of rocking chairs. We can sit out front.
To form British accents.
I will say that I am wearing my scarf as if I'm Doctor Who.
Yeah, you are, man.
I don't know.
Are you John Voight?
I slept in this during my cat nap this
Look
afternoon.
at every Oscar ceremony John Voight has attended. There's a scarf.
That's how he hides the fucking vampire marks in his neck. All right, here's my pitch for. I'll Be There Till May, which was a title set out by Dom Torrey many moons ago. All right, so for mine, there's a house sitter, a young guy. I'm thinking Michael Cera, right?
Okay.
He's house sitting for a celebrity who bought this nice big house. It's new for the celeb, but he hasn't gotten a chance to live there yet. He's working on a thing, so it's like I need you to just house sit it. I won't be back there till May. That's kind of where that all kind of comes from. But what he doesn't know is that the last person who owned the house was a pretty, good-sized drug dealer.
Okay.
He got the house for a steal and a deal, but didn't realize why it was maybe, the market deal that it was. So now the house sitter, Sarah, is basically kind of like a half-ass, but he kind of fell into the gig, but he's a goody-good. He's a little soft. He's a little easy on the take, that kind of thing. So now the homeowner's due back in May. It's about 3 months. When this older cartel dude finally gets out of prison. I'm thinking somebody like Danny Trejo maybe. And he comes by expecting the old owner to be there, but finds the kid, Michael Cera, who he manages to kind of like, it's this whole thing where he kind of coerces and corrupts this kid and kind of walks all over him a little bit. And from there, it kind of really turns into this fucked up action comedy hybrid thing where John Cera's the fish out of water. And Danny Trejo is just kind of like ends up bringing this roller coaster ride of fucked up shit that's going to happen in this house as we go along. It's like a long extended weekend at Bernie's kind of thing, except no corpse maybe.
Kind
So
of risky business.
Yeah, something like that. So
Out of
like,
control.
Yeah. So Trejo, he's got nowhere else to go. So pretty much just forces himself or talks the kid into fucking letting him stay there, and that's how it all gets fucking started. Like, I only need a couple of weeks to kind of crash here, like man, like that kind of thing. So slowly it turns out to be a mixed bag for Sarah as it gets out of control. It's a crazy life. There's drugs and money, sure, but like he starts to get screwed, like both ways. Like he's getting screwed, he's getting laid, but he's also getting dicked for like the money, every time like the money comes, like money's getting made, like there's some fucked up shit going on, and Sarah's supposed to maybe get a piece of it, and that's how like Trejo's like, don't worry, I got you. I'm gonna give you some too. Like we're gonna make the money together in this, and don't worry about it. We're gonna have it all squared up. We're gonna be, everything's gonna be good. But then like when the money comes in, like Sarah doesn't get like his money all the time. Part of it's always got to go to something else, like the bills or like some expenses get deducted off the top, or like he's trying to fix the house from when Trejo threw a party the first day he was there and shit, but it's always coming out of the kid, so it's constantly like this thing where he's like soft, and it goes back and forth for a while. So then, stuff that goes on, like, it's all this kind of crazy shit, I guess. Sarah comes back home from something, and he finds like there's like a drug processing set up in the garage. It's like basically like a small like meth lab kind of going, and it's like, don't worry, man. They're out by noon. Like it's all right. It's just small run. Don't worry about it. Like and it's just like fuck it. At that point, like whatever, I guess. I have a thing where like maybe they start a turf war. So there's some action element that goes on there, some threat kind of thing. But by the end, they, and like Ferris Bueller in a nick of time, they solve it or whatever. The homeowner gets there, and I would guess it's probably like a mystery cameo thing, maybe, or something. Can we dodge the whole movie saying exactly who owns the house or not, and have it be a reveal at the end somehow?
Be like David Hasselhoff or something.
Tom Cruise, Bill Cosby, something no one would expect. What I mean? The Cos would be great, but I doubt that's going to happen.
No.
Just not Tom Arnold.
I want Kaz to be the bad guy.
I mean, he needs the money.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And he's got one dead eye now.
Yeah,
he looks like a bad guy now.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's getting him. I think it's getting producers to buy him.
Fair enough. We might need to shoot him by himself on a set with one camera, like the director himself. Like it's gonna be a very specialized kind of production. But that's basically all I got. And I just figure that's kind of like somehow how they'll wrap it up. Obviously. I don't know if they would say the day, but how much trouble Sarah would get in for it all. But I just kind of pictured him and Trejo being the team up you would never kind of expect or picture. But that's it. That's my pitch for I'll be there till May, and that's all I got. Who wants to go next?
All right.
I'm ready if you want me to jump in.
Let's do it.
All right, so this is a sci-fi thing, right? So it opens up, and we got a guy answering his door. He's a college professor on campus, just recently got tenure, right? So he answers his door, and there's a hot woman there, about his age, mid-30s. Says she's his assistant. Shows him all these papers. He's got no clue about this, but he's like, okay, this is great because I just came up with something. Come here. Turns out he just figured out the formula for time travel.
Nice.
Right? So together they start working on making it a reality.
Okay.
Eventually they do, and along the way they fall in love. And she starts coming true about her real identity. She's actually from the future.
Oh, okay.
All right? And she was actually sent here to help him evolve this and then kill him, take it, and bring it back to the future.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because it turns out there's these two corporations basically running everything.
Okay.
Right? And they're basically at war with each other to try and get this technology. They have everything else to split 50-50. That's how the whole world is. These
it's
two
all
companies
evolved into
two giant companies that make everything.
Gotcha, sure.
They make it equally so that this was come up so that the governments came up with this so that there couldn't be a monopoly. They thought this back then this was going to be
it's a biopoly, basically.
Right. So, but it ended up creating this post-apocalyptic kind of future where people are just they don't make any money. They're both poor as fuck. And,
everybody's worked to the bone.
And there's a rebel faction and everything. So
nice.
So she tells them all this along the way. So they come up with a plan.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's going to be somewhere in the future, and she'll be there till May.
Okay.
Right. So now we get to the day where they actually make it a reality. Suddenly, guys in tech suits come in with guns. They kill her. He takes off, but before he does, she says something to him, right? So then he goes off. He gets away, and then he takes this high-tech laptop, and he's out. He's in the future now.
Okay.
Right. So then he finds out everything that I've been telling you, and the plan that they had come up with is kind of out the window.
Oh, all right.
So he's got to work with the rebels, so that he can help them take down one of the corporations. So that because in their minds, this is going to make things better. If they get rid of one corporation, all this warring that's going on between them, will end. So that's one aspect of this.
Okay.
All right. So. All right. So now, so this is how I told you it was going to get this complicated. Right. So, all right. So now along the way, we find out that the corporations, one of them, she was actually a scientist for one of the corporations.
Okay.
All right. So now they were using her as she was the first test subject to do this. They knew they needed somebody who knew the technology to help him develop it.
Sure.
So they sent back one of their scientists. So that's why she's in her 30s. But now she's dead in her 30s. Right. So they can't take her again anymore. So, but whatever reasons for the technology, they can't take someone close in age, and they want her. So they decide that they can't take her close in age. You know what I mean? They want to take her again.
Right.
So they can't take her like she's 35. They can't take her at 33. They don't want to mess up the timeline like that close.
Gotcha.
So they decide to take her when she begins college.
Okay.
So now she's in her 20s.
Right.
Right. So she's going back and she's trying to she's stuck in this loop, kind of as it's going on, and he's trying to help the rebels to save things, and it gets a little complicated.
Right.
And by the end of it, there's one corporation. And the rebels, and they're in love in our time.
Okay, present day.
Present day. They go because that's what she ultimately wants. Because that's nice.
Yeah, it's
you know what I mean?
Easy. Yeah.
Yeah. So everything ends up tying up so that they go off into the sunset in the present time, and the future they've fixed, but not really because it's still the future.
Right, but it ends with that kind of like Terminator ending where it's like, well, we have to see what unfolds, kind of. We've changed it as much as we can, and so it's like, we're just going to, that's how the movie would end, kind of, I guess.
And then that's the double meaning of the title, because now it's a May-December kind of relationship. He's older. Because a lot of time has passed. He's had to learn to work with these people and all this. So it's not a matter of months that go by. Right. It's a matter of years that go by.
Right.
And now he's in his late 40s and she's in her 20s. So now there's like a 20-year difference.
Right.
So it's kind of a May-December relationship that they end up with.
I like that, though, because I mean, at first you're thinking, it's this 30-year-old version, and he's like, they're close enough where it works.
They're both kind of in their 30s, so it kind of works, and then
they
kind of fall in love, but they know that this shit's going to go down, so they kind of come up with this thing, and they figure that they'll fall in love no matter what,
right?
Because they're supposed to. So whatever happens, there's that aspect that you got to kind of put in there too.
Sure.
Which is kind of why I got to write down all that shit. You know what I mean?
No, but I feel like there's a lot of good meat there. Wow, man, that's a good one. That's good stuff. So who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
All right.
So this movie, I'll Be There Till May.
I'll Be There Till May.
Directed by Barry Sonnenfeld.
Nice. Good old Barry.
Of Get Shorty and
Men in Black.
Stars Steve Buscemi.
Oh, okay.
As it starts in May. No, it starts in the summer of 2001.
Okay.
And Steve Buscemi is a bar owner in Montana.
Sure.
And He's just opened his bar. It's been open a couple of months, and one of his regulars is this young woman, played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Okay.
Who kind of has a thing for older guys, and semi-flirts with him. For,
Right.
You know, a few months.
Okay.
They develop a friendship that he takes a little bit more seriously than she does.
Okay.
And she tells him, well, I'm only in town because, you know, my parents live here. And it's end of August, so I got to go back to school.
Right.
'Cause I'm a college professor. I'm a professor at NYU.
Sure.
You know, she teaches African American studies.
Sure.
So I got to go, and, you know, I teach winter classes too, so I won't be here for Christmas. But
fair enough.
I'll be there till May. And maybe we'll catch up when I get back.
Sure.
And so he waits
the
whole school year.
Okay.
And he's excited. He's saying, she'll be there till May. You know what? He even takes the initiative. He's waiting there at the airport for her on May 1st. And she doesn't show up.
Well.
Because she didn't say when in May.
Right, yes.
You know,
so,
and they didn't exchange numbers.
Right,
you know,
so
it's 2001, so, like, you know, and he's an older guy. He doesn't know how to use the internet.
Yes.
You know, there's nothing like that. So,
right.
But, you know, she said till May. So he waits. He goes to the airport every day in May for the whole month. And on May 31st, she still hasn't shown up.
Right.
And I got to tell you, this guy has a little bit of a weird way of thinking. So it gets to May 31st, and he's thinking she was in New York. Why? What would happen in New York that might have prevented her from getting here? And the only thing that comes to his mind, because it's 2001, or it's 2002 now, is 9/11. She must have been there for 9/11.
Okay.
So
jump into conclusions.
She probably needs help. I got to go there and help her. Okay. So he's at the airport already. Right. So he jumps on a plane to New York.
Okay.
Now, remember, it's June 1st, 2002.
Okay.
So a lot of the cleanup's been done, but he doesn't know.
Right.
So he immediately goes down to ground zero to try to break in to do the cleanup that's already happened.
Okay.
And, you know, they give him the bum's rush and say, hey, we got this.
Yeah, right.
You know,
we don't need Steve Buscemi.
I don't know what he's talking about. He's in a rage.
Yeah, he's got buckets. He's ready to go. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, you know, walking down Chambers Street trying to figure out what to do. And he gets in a fight with someone. You know, and he's like, hey, do you know where she is? You know, and he doesn't have a picture of her. You can't really describe her. And you know, the guy's like, listen, guy, you're crazy. I'm just going to get some Indian food. And he goes, Indians? The Indians are going to eat her? Those fucking cannibals. So he gets on a plane to Bombay because he figures that's got to be where she is, right?
Okay. All right.
Yes. But while he's on the plane to Bombay, they got a layover. You know, he's got like a 4-hour layover in Spain.
Okay.
And as he's getting off the plane for the in Spain, plane in Spain.
I thought you were going somewhere with that.
No.
It starts to rain.
Yeah. He overhears a guy.
Yeah.
Say, I got to go see Marie. Now the girl's name was Marie.
Right. I saw this.
So he's thinking he knows she's in Spain.
Right.
And this guy's going to see her.
Right. I gotta change my ticket.
You know, it's I'm already here. I gotta follow this guy.
Yeah.
So he follows this businessman into a brothel, and he thinks, oh, that's those Indian bastards caught her and trapped her and put her in like a human trafficking ring, and now she has to be blowing guys in Spain.
Okay.
So, like, you know, he barges in on this guy, and it turns out it wasn't that Marie. It was a different Marie.
Gotcha.
But, you know, by getting a little eccentric, getting into this fight, it turns out that the guy also happened to be a Russian gangster. And he's like, all right, now we've got to, you know what? I'm just going to, they load him up into one of those, like, cargo holding ships, put him on a freighter.
Okay.
With a bunch of other,
human traffic. Okay.
You know, and drugs that they're smuggling into New York. Because
as one does.
That's the triangle. It goes from... You know, the heroin goes from like Pakistan to Spain and then to Miami.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's in this shipping compartment.
Right.
You know, and like they just let them out basically to shit.
Okay. Yeah.
And then
well, if they're nice, yeah.
Yeah, if they're nice, yes. Yeah. So he ends up in Miami.
Right.
And then he figures, all right, I got to make a break for it. And that's when he makes the break for it and realize that these guys were caught. And they got like the DEA and the FBI are waiting for them there. And so they end up getting caught and pulled out, and they figure they're all saved. And he realizes that one of the FBI agents, it's Marie. She lied to him. She wasn't a college professor. She didn't really like him. She just thought he was kind of creepy.
Right,
and she just was trying to let him down easy.
And she wasn't really wrong.
No.
Because that's what we seem to come to learn, is that this guy's got some issues, and that's a bigger part of the hook.
Yeah.
That it's not quite addressed, but it's obvious as fuck.
Yeah. And then it turns out on the pier over, there was another drug ring that went bust, and they ran over there, and our hero grabs a gun and actually saves Marie from the drug dealers.
Right. Falls into the hero mode by accident.
Yeah. So then it works out, and then he goes, okay, you go back to Montana. I guess I'm never going to see my parents again because I don't ever want to go near that town.
Right.
And so he now stays in his bar, knowing that he had this adventure and that this girl kind of liked him but didn't really. And so that because I figure we leave it on a down note because that's the way life works.
Nice, like a Coen Brothers film.
So I'll be there till May.
Just him and his mental disorder. Back in Montana.
I couldn't help while you were telling that. I couldn't help but, and I know it was Buscemi, but I couldn't help but see Greg Kinnear doing this for some reason.
Greg Kinnear is some asshole in there somewhere.
Oh yeah,
some guy who's telling him no. Maybe it's the guy at Ground Zero who's giving him a hard time, or it's like pushing and shoving him. And then he runs into that guy at the bar, and that's who he has the fight with later on. Maybe. I mean, I don't want to write your movie for you, but I mean, me and Bob just kind of fixed it. I think. I'm just saying.
A little bit.
I will say that nice move there, trying to butter up to the judge by using his mom's name. But I'm just saying.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm just saying. But it all worked out good for her because I got nervous when I was like, oh, wait, that's Dom's mom's name. I was very happy that she didn't die or anything. All right, and then wrap it up. We got Jay. Jay, tell us a little bit about the thing you got for this pitch versus pitch.
Yeah.
It's called Smoky Love.
The pipe is good, man.
The pipe is good,
He's
baby.
enjoying that.
I didn't.
Smoking away.
I fought long and hard with this.
Yeah, it was a challenge for me, too.
It was a little bit of a challenge, but it actually brought me back to something that I kind of was picking at for real.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I figured it was nothing I was really going to seriously write, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like,
You revisited it a little bit.
Basically about a guy that has broken up with his girlfriend. He had a good run with her.
Right.
And he's in his early 30s. A lot of his friends are married already. You know what I mean? He's kind of down and out, feeling lonely, feeling alone. Doesn't think he's going to do better than what he had and whatnot. And it's basically the last weekend of April. And he goes into a diner. And he's just having coffee. He's, nobody to share, the holiday with, the Easter holiday and whatnot. He's just doing what he's got to do there. And walks this beautiful older woman. Older, like, mid-40s, but she's amazing looking. She's just fucking hot. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just, and they have like
he's younger, though, you said?
And he's in his early 30s.
Okay.
She's got like a good 10, 12 years on him, but she's drop dead gorgeous.
Sure.
And they have like an unlikely conversane.
Right.
These two would have never met. You know what I mean? And she's kind of married. And she's kind of,
flirting
on the prowl, kind of flirting. And
seems
whatnot.
that way anyway. She's giving the signal.
And she lives far. And at the end of the night, nothing really happens, but she gives him her address.
Okay.
And says, listen, I'm going to be here till May. My lease is up.
Right.
Come spend, the week with me. The last week of April with me. Shit like that. And then, the next day happens. You know what I mean? He can't believe it. He's got this beautiful. I'm going to drive the fuck up there.
Yeah.
So, his car breaks down.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He's got nowhere to go. He goes back to the diner, hoping maybe by some miracle she'll be there. Of course, he knows she's not. But
slim to no chance.
And then somebody else walks in. And it's a girl around his age. You know what I mean? But needs his help. She's in deep shit with people. And she's like, you got to help me. He's like, well, listen, I can't do nothing for you. I have a car. So, no, I have a car. I need your help. I need you to do this. And it's all these misadventures. All he wants to do is
get to this woman he met in the beginning.
Exactly. And then this bond forms with this
This younger chick.
With this younger girl.
Right.
And she's up to her she's up to her chin in shit.
Right.
Drug deals, shitty boyfriends, fucking mafia people. You know,
Right.
she's into like bigger, you know.
It seems to escalate
shit.
as it goes.
Yeah, and he's like in like these fucking deals. He's in these shady basements with people putting
Right,
guns in his
right,
face.
right,
You know what I
right.
mean? There's drugs going on.
It's
There's,
this,
he's in these places and he keeps going and
It's
going.
this domino effect
going.
of crazier shit that's keeping him like, all I want to do
Yeah,
is go
exactly.
bang this
go
chick.
back to this. You know what I mean? And of course, he doesn't have her number and doesn't know. He wants
Right.
to let her know. And the days are going.
Sure,
And
sure.
he's stuck with this girl and
Yeah.
everything. And then he's trying to flirt with her, maybe trying to see if there's something
Right,
there. And there's
right,
nothing there. She just
right.
needs him
Right.
to
You get that
through
part in the
this
middle of the
kinda
movie
shit.
where it's like, oh, maybe it's going to go here. It
But,
doesn't seem
but
so.
the thing is like, you know, he just wants out.
Right.
He just wants out. He wants out. I just want to go. I want to meet the, you know.
Yeah.
girl
Regardless
of
if
my
I even
dreams.
meet her, I got to get away from this chick. She's not
So
fucking
everything
trouble.
kind of evens out.
Right. Right.
right on April 30th, basically. And it gives him literally like the time of the drive to get there to go and see if she's still there.
Gotcha.
You know
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
And
yeah.
stuff like that. And she opens, and she's there.
Right.
She opens the door, and you realize that he got shot.
Okay.
Along the line, he's dead.
Right. Yeah.
And he
yeah,
dies.
He
like,
basically
right,
dies on the step.
Right. He makes it.
Yeah.
She's there.
Yeah.
He fucking dies.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I feel like it's like in that kind of a thing where like you're watching the whole like, you know, thing unfold like kind of like breaking down in a way where it's like this escalation of things.
You know what I mean?
Much
But-
more madcappy, kind of over the top. I
Right.
feel like maybe
Right.
it's like in the
Like, there's a
Hangover kind of vein.
Like there's a shootout. This girl that he's with
Yeah.
dies.
Right,
You
right.
don't know. He just like, you know, takes her car.
Yeah.
And just gets the fuck out of there.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
decides I'm gonna go and see this girl.
All
But
right,
you don't
finally.
realize he's dead.
Yeah, he's gotten
been
shot too.
And
Yeah.
he gets there. She opens the door. She's like, I didn't think you were Bill.
Yeah, I like it. That's funny. I can kind of really easily see it, you know.
Yeah.
Who would you put in that? What's
I don't know. I
Franco?
I kind of like.
How about that Franco kid? He's in everything.
No, anybody could really play this guy.
Michael Cera.
If he's in his early 30s, you know what I mean.
Yeah, Michael Cera would probably be pretty good.
But I mean, like the woman would be like an older, attractive,
absolutely,
like
yeah.
gorgeous,
Little
like
femme
woman.
fatale
Yeah,
kind of thing.
kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if like something like a sexy's Kate
Yeah.
Blanchett, maybe
Sure.
just doing like a small
Oh,
thing.
it's obviously though it's a chick that's like out of his league,
Way
kind
out of his league,
and it's like
you know what I
wow,
mean?
what a like you know.
And you think that she's not going to be there, but she is. It's
Right.
It's the
Yeah.
It's the switch that he's
Right.
got shot.
Yeah,
And he fucking.
that's what's
And
and it's like oh, finally he gets there and stuff.
It's not going to be a downer, really, because of the shit he's into. Like, you're along for
Right.
this fucking ride.
Yeah.
You know
But
what I
the
mean?
viewer is probably thinking, "There's no way she's ever going to be there."
Yeah,
the entire
that's exactly
movie.
what it is.
Yeah.
You know, they don't
And-
think that she's going to be there.
And you get to put the button on it too, because when she answers the door, you get to put a line of dialogue in there where
Yeah.
he gets to kind of like say something about how like it's all good, like you know, this is I got here,
Right.
and that's all that mattered.
Right.
And I would have had a great time with you,
Yeah.
and it's okay that I don't get that chance because this like was great, and then dies, or something like that, you know.
So,
something in that
Yeah,
vein.
the
I could
fact
say.
that this was real and you were
yeah,
here.
that you wanted me even
Yeah,
is
I can die.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
if I hadn't gotten shot, I know that we would
Yeah.
have a great time right now. But just let me go.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Right.
Thank God I didn't get here and die and you weren't here.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, thank God. Right. Woof. Thank God you're home.
But it's like, you know, he's in seedy basements with drug dealers and gangsters and shit put in his face.
I feel like it's like the wrong guy gets pulled into like a Quentin Tarantino kind of thing.
Right.
You
You know
know,
what I mean?
or one of these kind of real roller coaster kind
Like,
of.
he's just down on his luck because
you
he
know.
lost like a woman he's with for like 7
Sure,
years. You know what I
sure.
mean? Doesn't think he's going to do any better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
been on in the dark zone for a while.
Right.
I got you.
And just when you think you know,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I had him like driving and he's sweating just trying to get there.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
thinking that he's just
Yeah.
huffing and puffing
Yeah.
because he wants to get there.
Well, yeah, and you could totally play that scene like, obviously it's tight camera work, stuff like that, obviously avoiding it. But it's a thing where it's like, oh, you know, you could just have it be a thing where like he just kind of really didn't know he
Right.
got shot. A lot of times in movies or even in life, people don't realize they've gotten shot.
Right.
And maybe you
Like,
know,
I'm
you
trying
don't
to
see
build
him.
up.
You don't see him see the blood, but obviously he would have by
Right.
the time he gets there.
Like, I'm trying to build up that she's not there at all.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
all of a sudden she opens the door and there
Yeah.
she is looking beautiful. You know,
Totally smoking.
Smoking and stuff
You gotta
like
figure
that.
out what song you want to be on the radio.
All by myself?
What was it? As he's,
Eric
fucking,
Carmen?
as he's heading there?
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I don't know. You gotta figure out something that lets the audience
Suck my kiss.
get maybe it's just something that lets the audience kind of get their head away from it.
Well, I couldn't
And
think
and
too
just,
deeply, but,
no, I
but
know,
that's
I know. But
it's
as we sit here
easily
now,
something that would be hilarious.
yeah.
She's my cherry pie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
something.
go.
Well, that's a stripper song if ever there was one.
Yeah.
But yeah, something that just kind of like just lets him kind of like start belting out the song or something.
Yeah, and
You
the
know?
title would come at the end.
Sure.
Because as soon as he dies, it'll just cut to black, and so I'll be there too.
Right. There you go. Title card.
All right.
Done. All right. So
So that's it, Dom. Who
that's
won?
It.
Yeah.
We want to know now.
Sorry.
Get him on Skype.
Sing! You're wasting your life making shit!
So what-
Nobody cares! These movies are terrible!
Yeah.
Sarah Jessica Parker
Yeah.
gets a lot of play on the Wicked Theory podcast.
Well, for that one clip, for that one sound,
for that one movie, that
we let her
really
have
good.
that.
So are we doing Meanwhile next, or are we doing the chat game review?
Well, what is it? What is we got in the doc as the thing? Well, what's next in the doc? Because that's
Next to the dog is the Meanwhile.
Who's Benny Livewire? You got a Benny Livewire.
Let's see.
I'm not familiar with that name.
Let's see. Palmer's been talking to me the whole time, I guess, in the doc chat. Yeah, that shit's like past.
He's
passed
gonna have
all
to-
we've gone past like most of those notes.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Palmer.
Yeah, I agree. There you go.
So what do you want to do?
No, I think we're just gonna.
Do the chat room, do the chat game, see what's up.
Yeah, it's,
Break things up a little bit. before
I
we go
guess.
into the
I guess.
Meanwhile?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's do the chat game. Let's find out what those kids are talking about.
Sorry, Bill.
What? Oh, you need some power?
Yeah, I need juice.
I need to plug in that. That needs the juice.
Need an extension cord.
Yeah. Or I can just plug them into these.
So, but in the meantime, I will do the chat game review. So,
Chemical warfare.
Do it.
Our hashtag was terrible villain one-liners.
Oh boy.
Ready to go?
Yeah. Let's go.
All right. So, Joker.
Yeah.
Do you like my Batman?
That's stupid. But it's supposed to be. It's
supposed to be.
It's supposed to be.
The Reverse Flash. I'm going to throw you into reverse. Flash.
Oh, that hurts.
Captain Gold. Is it gold in here, or is it just me?
You know he said that on the show because they give him some shitty fucking lines.
Riddler. Can you hear me now?
Batman. Catwoman. I just love pussyfooting around.
Clayface.
She's got all those.
Yeah.
Clayface. Let's make some dreidels.
Dreidels.
Oh, let's make some dreidels. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure it's spelled wrong.
All right.
Right, because dreidels are made out of clay. Dreidel, I made you out of clay.
Sandman.
Mm-hmm.
Am I stuck on you?
No.
Isn't that a Huey Lewis song?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm stuck on you. No, who is that?
That's Huey Lewis.
Stuck
Is that?
on you.
I'm
There's
so
a love song.
happy to
Stuck
be
on
stuck with you.
Oh my God, that's 3 different songs I think we all just referenced out, and all of them terrible, or just time capsules.
You. Well, that's because they were 80s songs.
Yeah.
Elvis had one.
Green Goblin. It's not easy being green.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
rough. But this is part of it. These are supposed to be
Yeah.
painful.
Yeah.
Where's my free bowl of soup after that one?
Unicron.
Not in my orbit.
There we go.
Unicron.
Pennywise. I'll scare the.
Not in my orbit. Ultra Magnus. Ultra Magnus.
You ever get the feeling we work with a bunch of juveniles, Ed?
Rise, Galvatron.
You're not winded enough.
Yeah, I got.
Even through the fucking. Let Ed finish because he's on
Yes,
pause.
yes, yes,
He's
I'm
on
sorry.
pause.
All right.
It's on pause.
How
Head's
about
gonna
how about
explode.
this? I'll say the villain, you say the line.
Okay.
As
Where are we?
Unicron.
All right.
Okay, so Pennywise. Come on,
It's
man.
working well.
I'm trying to remember something else he says. I can't key in. I can't key in.
We're going down, Jim.
Oh, Shorty. Hey,
Only.
Shorty. Right. Wait. Where's the line? I'll scare the color off your face.
Right, that's Mark Hamill.
Jason Voorhees.
All right, I'll do it. You ready?
Well, he's silent.
My machete.
Did you hear it? Did you like it?
Yeah,
okay. He's like, my machete will find you.
Kingpin.
Does this suit make me look fat? The answer is yes.
Chucky.
What's wrong, Andy? I'm just gonna fuck you up. That's pretty much Chucky, kind of, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Michael Myers.
Silent.
Like there shouldn't be anything there.
Well, no, he should just be walking down the hall going do 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 do.
When he got stabbed in the eye. When he got stabbed in the eye with the hanger.
It's really hot in this mask.
Mumra.
There you go.
Is there a draft in here? He turned a little more British than normal.
Skeletor.
This is my poker face. That's Cobra Commander. That's more Cobra Commander.
That's disgusting.
Slide.
He-Man? Right, yeah, that's right. He's all nasal, Skeletor.
This is my poker
This
face.
is my poker face.
Slithe.
Oh, I don't even remember how Slithe goes. Remember, I made me do it. Something, kind of.
Megatron.
It's over, Brian. Grip me tightly, Starscream, and pull my trigger.
Soundwave.
Does anyone have a pencil?
Laser me.
Rumble.
I'm gonna wreck it. You want to rumble with Rumble? Ah? There you go.
That's
I
it.
forgot. Yeah, Rumble talks fast.
Mojo Jojo.
Mojo Jojo. I'm going to hit this thing I use for hitting people. Because I am Mojo Jojo. I haven't heard Mojo Jojo in a while.
Hans Gruber.
Are you ready for today's lesson? I don't know what that sounds like to you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I feel ready for today's lesson.
Ho, ho, ho.
It's Christmas. It's the time of miracles.
Kylo Ren.
Han, you will die solo.
That was Keanu Reeves.
So that's not, you know, it's kind of like the same guy. No.
Ghostface.
Ghostface.
From the Scream movies.
What's your favorite Pokemon?
I'm gonna kill you, you bitch.
Oh, yeah.
What's your favorite
I could remember.
Pokemon?
Yeah, I couldn't remember what he said.
And Kylo Ren.
Another Kylo Ren?
I'm just going to go with Keanu again. Because now I'm going to lean into it. Do you like my nipples, Ray? But, do you like my nipples?
Colonel Hux.
Fuck me, Hux.
I can
fuck
do
me.
I can do him with the mask, maybe.
But the mask is easier. It's basically you just try to do like any creepy serial killer.
See, you just said like Ted Levine. You're a great big fat person.
Great big fat person. Yeah, I'm card around here somewhere. Well, yes. That's been right. But loading in the basket. I got the fucking hose.
Yes,
You
teacher.
burn a bastard! Put the fucking lotion
Yes,
in the basket.
teacher.
I got your dog, mister.
It places the lotion on its skin. It
We've
does
gone
what
off
it's
the deep
told.
end.
Yeah, she was. She was a big gal. Yeah, she was. All right.
Was that a whole lot of Rosie?
Could you help me with this?
It might help me in my van with this couch. I got this cast on my arm.
You better size 14.
Where is he, Mount Zion 14? And then you see him on TV shows and he's like the chief of police and he's like, we're really gonna catch these guys.
On Monk.
He's like the chief on Monk and it's like, I really want to eat this person. I mean, I really want to just, solve the case. It's like something wrong here. And it's not, and you don't catch it till he talks, and he's got one of the most distinct voices in Hollywood. You don't know what pain is. You don't know what pain is, Monk. Now, was he like a medium-height Jewish guy who liked to solve cases? Because I might have put him in
Got to
my
get him to do Wesley's theme song.
Silence of the Monk. Was he a medium-height Jewish fellow? I might have put him in a well in my basement. All right, so we've definitely burned out that bit.
A little bit.
A little bit on that bit. What's the next bit? Where are we?
Now we're up to meanwhile.
Now we're up to meanwhile.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oof, we are all over the place, kids. Man. Meanwhile. Sponsored by nobody. Get some sponsorship today at wickedtheory.com or write us an email, podcast at wickedtheory.com. Maybe sponsor the Meanwhile section.
Sponsored by Q-Tips.
But I think
We'll take any amount of money as long as it's money.
Phil, I think you had to us to drink.
Did I have anything to drink? Yeah, I did. I did have some in my coffee.
Some scotch.
Some scooch. All right. So in the Meanwhile section, that's where we kind of like talk about like stuff that, went on during the week. And usually for us, that's mostly just kind of covering what we've consumed pop culturally. Me and Bob last night, I don't know about anybody else out there, we only got the first episode down.
Yeah.
But we did catch the first episode of Black Mirror. Black Mirror season, I don't even know what it is. 4? Season 4 is this?
I think it is, yeah. 4.
It only runs to 6 episodes, it seems. But first episode out is, if you've seen the previews, we won't get into it too much because I don't want to give it away because it's a fun episode. But it is like the Star Trek parody, homage episode.
Homage kind of thing, yeah. You get, you definitely get, like this guy is just basically, should I go into it at all? No?
Because you know what? They don't give any of that, what's really going on, in the trailer stuff that I saw.
Okay.
They just kind of show you like the Star Trek kind of vibe.
Right, so I don't want to give any of that away.
And it's playing on a Star Trek thing, and much like this show does with a lot of its setups.
Ultimate fanboy kind of thing.
Yeah, but like a lot of things that this show does with its setups, it's like it's what it is.
Yeah,
and then it takes a left.
Yeah,
with it.
And so you're just kind of waiting for the left the whole time you're watching it because you're like, okay, this is so. Like in that Star Trek wheelhouse, like from moment to moment.
Yes.
You're when it opens up, you're automatically like, okay.
They're doing exact scenarios, kind of basically. It's a very homage.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
it's all meant to be low budget. That whole thing, and
then it takes its dark Black Mirror turn, and it's like, oh, okay. And then it takes a couple more lefts, and it's really good. It's a really standout episode.
Yeah.
You're
not really sure where it's going to end. I mean, I kind of knew.
Yeah.
At one point.
Yeah. At a certain point, it kind of becomes pretty close to obvious. But you called it when we were watching it.
I called it a little early.
And I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Just because of the premise that leads to the ending.
Like when you said it, it was like, oh, yeah, I should have seen it too. Right. But still, loved it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I can't wait to see some more.
Yeah.
So me and Bob caught that. I also finally saw Sicario. And caught that on Amazon Prime, and let me tell you, like that's got me amped for this follow-up, Soldado, that's coming, which is not a hard sequel, but it's a kind of follow-up with with Benicio and Josh Brolin. And I don't know if it's all the same people behind the scenes, if it's the same writer and director or not. I don't know.
It's not Denis Villeneuve.
That's who directed that.
Yeah.
Was he writer and director on the first one, or
no? The writer was
somebody else.
The guy that did Wind River.
Chris Trio? No.
Taylor Sheridan.
Yes.
Okay. So I don't know if he's involved in that too, but I'm excited for it because...
he did write the screenplay.
Okay. Well, at least that's part of it. You know what I mean? And I'm sure they're going to try and capture the tone and the feel of the original.
That guy's an incredible writer, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Check that out for people. That's just just a reminder kind of a thing. It's a late recommendation because it's been around a little bit. We do that once in a while. And I'm going to move it on over to Bob's next in the list.
Surprise, surprise! I'm actually on the list.
That's it. And you got 2 in here.
Yeah, and I got 2 in here.
What the fuck is going on?
Right. Well, the one I'll do first is actually on there because it's an extension of something I mentioned in the past, which was Kodi.
It's an extension of a mention.
Right. So there you go. That's my little corner.
That's
now,
your corner. Extension of a mention.
So right, and I mention it again because Kodi came out as an app in the Xbox store. And it's free. So that actually ends up if you have a current generation Xbox One, the S, the smaller one, or the newest one, you actually can now, with those, they actually have cable converters built in. So they're basically cable boxes.
Okay.
And they can be set up that way. And now with the addition of Kodi, you can actually get rid of your cable box. You don't have to pay for that anymore. You can just, I think, pay $1 or $2 a month fee instead to use your own stuff.
Interesting.
Depending on the provider, of course.
Okay.
So that's why this is actually such a big deal. The other thing it does is if you download those illegal apps, which you can still access the same ways you always could. I'm not giving anybody any incentive to do so. I'm not giving any new information or anything. Getting those apps to work on the Xbox One just isn't happening, at least not yet. Getting any apps really to work. You can download it and install it, but any of the apps, they're really, like, this was a rush job because they actually put this out on Windows 10 really quick as well. But I'm assuming that's part of the deal for Windows 10. They got it on Xbox One, but they probably had a rush to get it onto Xbox One. So the difference is they couldn't fix the, you know what I mean, between the two. So hold off on it. You might want to install it now, and then in a few weeks start checking for apps and everything if anyone wants to check that out. Now on to something else. The other day, I'm checking on my phone. My Google Assistant gives me a recommendation.
You fucking fancy bastard! You got a Google Assistant?
That's right.
Ooh.
That's right. Mine, well, not that fancy. Mine doesn't have a name. It's not Alexa.
Oh, okay. You call it whatever you want. Googie.
Right. Anyway.
Yo, Goog.
It led me to this review for us. Well, not a review, but a story about James Gunn and a movie he made prior to his time at Marvel.
Right.
Which was probably one of the earliest superhero movies. And right up my wheelhouse, called Super. Did either of you guys see this movie?
From 2010.
I have not seen it. It's the one with Rainn Wilson, right?
Yes, Rainn Wilson and Ellen Page. Cute as fuck, that girl, man. Let me tell you. But I want to tell you all about it because it actually is really, really freaking awesome. It's James Gunn, so you know that it's going to hit all its marks.
Yeah, it's funny and smart.
It's fun, funny and smart mostly. It doesn't. It's an independent film put out in conjunction with IFC.
Okay.
So it doesn't shy away from some things that a regular Hollywood movie would.
Right.
And some things are a little more graphic than you might expect.
Right. Yes. I do know that about it. Yes.
Okay.
I've seen a couple of clips and they're pretty funny.
Yeah, they're pretty funny and fucked up. If anyone's interested, I definitely recommend this movie. I know someone like our friend Grant. He's probably seen it. He's probably got it on DVD.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. To be honest with you, I think he has.
It's a really, really, really good movie. It's James Gunn doing what James Gunn does. And if you've seen Guardians of the Galaxy 1 or 2, you've seen the kind of thing he does. This is an R movie.
Right. This is why Marvel plucked him. Is what you said to me.
Yeah,
you can see it right away.
Yeah, you see it right away because this is. I mean, he's taken such a small budget with this and done so much.
Right.
You know, and you see that all over this movie, and it's just like, oh, wow, you know what I mean? It had me feeling things. I don't feel things when I go to movies anymore. I've seen so many movies. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so most premises don't really pull me in that way. And he pulled me in.
Got you to feel.
Yeah, he got me to feel some things. By the end of the movie, I was telling you, I was like, you know what? Fuck you.
Yeah, but then you were like, you know what? Screw you for making me.
James Gunn.
I'm not crying. You're crying. that whole line.
Right, kind of. Yeah.
I got you. I get like that too. Sometimes a movie, I'm like, fuck this like this for this movie. Like I'm getting caught up in my throat a little bit watching this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not where you expect it to happen sometimes.
Yeah, some things happen that you kind of don't want to happen.
Well, in that movie, I think so too.
You
I know that
mean?
movie's got a kind of
you kind of get really. It's one thing to say that you get invested in characters, but you really do get invested with these characters because there's not holding back with them.
Right. Yeah.
You're seeing them. They're almost.
It's very grounded. It's got a real.
It's almost got a real feel to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean,
that's
some
really
of what it does
to
visually is doing just to make those kind of silly statements. Like, he works in a real dingy diner.
Yeah, right.
And the back wall of the diner is like the filthiest thing in the whole movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? But, you get what I'm saying.
Right. It plays it both ways, but it lands.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, find it.
Hard recommendation.
Hard recommendation.
I almost said Uncle Bob.
Definitely. Well, you've seen it, Jay, right?
Yeah,
excellent.
Yeah, I saw it when it came out. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent movie, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. Well, I was a fan of James Gunn before that.
Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet is just,
you know what I mean?
That's trauma.
Yeah.
But you can still see, even how ridiculous that movie is, you can definitely see something like this guy is going to do something.
Yeah,
else.
you could see that it's the skills shining through.
There's a little bit more substance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that was like a huge movie for Trauma. The biggest thing they ever did, pretty much. So
and Slither had also been out before that
right.
as well.
Yeah,
And
Slither
that,
was his other.
and that was very successful critically and
and as we all know, horror movies are an exercise in what can you do with a tight budget.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, highly
definitely 2 thumbs up. Go out,
Yeah,
buy
yeah.
it. It's definitely a stash.
Nice. All right, check out Super. I'm sure it's available everywhere. To be honest with you.
You watch about 20 minutes of this movie, and you'll be laughing like, "Oh my god, holy fuck, they did that!"
Right.
You know, it's graphic in very, very harsh instances. And it just like jars you.
So let's move it along to Ed. Ed, I see what you got in here.
Oh,
I see what you got.
Yeah,
But we're almost kind of like looking back over 2017 with some of these choices.
Yeah,
I'm noticing.
I caught up a little bit on my TV binging this week, and I absorbed all of American Vandal in about 14 hours.
Netflix mockumentary
Yes.
series.
Yes.
We've covered it before.
Yes. It's a documentarian who is looking to defend
I'm already giggling.
someone who is accused of spray painting pictures of penises all over the faculty's cars in the parking lot.
Can I just channel the main character right now and just
Yeah.
like if he was sitting here, he'd be like, "Dicks, bro. Just call them dicks,
Just
bro.
call 'em dicks, right.
Bro. Just call them fucking dicks. They're dicks. Just call them dicks. It's the fucking. I love that kid.
And the ball hair analysis, the way they built the timeline.
Well, the way they break the case.
Yeah, and the thing
just it comes down to the ball hair.
Yeah, and the weird meta commentary this has.
It's
and
insane how like if you know docs of this style.
Yeah.
This is a literal meta commentary on docs of this style.
Yeah, and you could really see, and what the thing that I find hysterical, and you don't realize how much it happens in actual crime documentaries,
Right.
is they'll go in one place, and the second they start on a path, they'll follow it all the way through until they realize that their original premise was completely wrong.
Yes.
And
right.
then they'll just switch to somebody else and take it the same full length.
Right. Yeah. We're gonna follow whatever track we're
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
And just not really look too hard around.
Yeah.
In a way.
Whereas
like,
instead like the fun thing is the whole thing is I'm just trying to find the truth.
Right. The classic line of docs.
Yes, I'm just trying to find the truth.
I'm trying to find the truth.
But in the process of finding the truth, he airs all of this dirty laundry about people that wasn't the truth and that people didn't really need to know.
Yeah. It's just like everybody's bullshit comes to the surface and it
Yes.
ends up as part of this doc where we're just talking smack about like teenage kids
Yeah.
and all the fucked up shit they were
Yeah,
doing. And
and
it's like, well, she gives everybody a fucking hand job or whatever. Like, so it's like,
Yeah.
and it's silly. It's like,
Yeah.
but we need to know who you gave hand jobs to because fucking that's gonna like tell us whether or not this kid is lying, and if he's lying about that, we'll know if he's lying about the thing that we all believe.
Yeah.
We need to prove him to be a liar.
Yeah.
So we need you to tell us who you gave hand jobs to, because supposedly everybody gets a hand job from you, and it's like this poor girl who's like, God damn it!
And
like,
what's funny is like that happens in like episode 2.
Yeah.
And then in like then in like
and it's like 6 or 8, right?
and then like episode 8, like she comes back and like scolds this guy.
Yeah.
And you realize, oh, this is 6 weeks ago, but she's been living with it all this time.
Right, school is still going on while these high school kids are allowed to do this doc, and that's the other thing too.
Yeah.
Like it balances it. This other thing where they're doing the doc because the case is ongoing in the school that they're in.
Yes.
And it's a school project, like so. Eventually, like they get called in by the principal about their little investigation, and it's like, "Are you recording me right now?" And he's like the camera's like in his pocket, and he's like, "No, not at all." And you only see it from the pocket view, as it all gets fumbled with and shit like that.
Oh.
It's got a lot of smart stuff going on in it.
Yeah.
Really, thanks. I'm glad that you brought it up because I'm like I'm having fun just remembering it.
Yeah, and it reminded me a lot of High School Dynamics.
Just like that's the thing. It's like I know all of these characters.
Oh, of
I may not have been any of them or hung close or tight with some of them, but like, yeah, they were all legendary. The archetypes you don't see in a John Hughes movie. I'll tell you that. Real. They felt very real.
Yes.
Grounded.
Yes, and there are people who are this stupid.
Yes.
And this is
yeah. And just fail laterally. Like, some people fail upwards, some fail down, and some are just kind of like there. Like that main character is a kid who just kind of coasts. Like he would just coast. He wouldn't fail out, but he would coast at a good 65. Yeah. Passing grade through everything, like all his life. All right, what's your other thing?
And the other thing, I started catching up on season 2 of Channel Zero. Yes, No End House. I don't know if anyone remembers Candle Cove.
Yes, season 1.
Yeah, season 1, which we were really high on. And I realized in this season again, it's all practical effects.
Yeah,
There's not a whiff of computer generation anywhere here.
How far are you into it? Because I actually fell off.
I got through 2 episodes so far.
Yeah.
And John Carroll Lynch is in it.
Yeah.
Who is he's one of those things. The second he shows up, is like, all right, we're staying.
Yeah.
We're staying because he means quality.
Right.
Like, you know what? There are big stars. There are a lot of big stars who do a lot of bad movies. John Carroll Lynch has never missed a fucking note. Nick Cage.
Now, John Carroll Lynch is the guy, one of those guys that by face.
Yes.
He's prolific character actor.
Yeah, I first knew him as Drew's brother on the Drew Carey Show. He's
also
cross-dressing brother. He's also in Fargo.
Okay. He was in
Zodiac.
Yes, that's what I was trying to think of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zodiac. He was on Walking Dead. He played the guy who trained Morgan in how to use a stick.
Yes. Yeah, another great episode.
Yeah. Well,
and the second
I feel like that's kind of like him phoning it in, but
yeah, but still.
I mean, he learned how to use the stick a little bit, but otherwise, it's like this guy being this guy.
Yeah, John Carroll Lynch is great in that episode.
John Carroll Lynch is at a point now where it's like De Niro. It's like, I know you, I know your range. Like, you're not gonna wow me really, because I know you get deep, which is cool.
Yeah.
But I know your range.
Yeah.
But he's the dad in this.
He's the dad,
and it's like weird shit with him, and he sells it hard.
Yes.
And Channel Zero, the No End House. Now, I didn't finish the season. I'll be honest here. And in a rare move, I had a lot of issues because the main girl looks a lot like my ex.
Oh.
And it was very distracting. It was very distracting.
The long time ago ex?
No, my most recent one.
Oh,
so,
okay.
So it's fresh. It's fresh, So, but how far, so you only got a couple episodes in. Yeah. I think I got to 4 or 5. And I just kind of fell off. I really didn't fall off because of that, but that is true. Yeah. I gotta get back on. I kind of forgot.
But this is one of those things where, if you set out to make a show, we're not going to use computers at all. And you know what? It's still scary, and it still feels relevant and modern.
Yeah. It's the story matter is all kind of updated, and it's got this thing going on where, like you said, it's practical stuff. So it's a lot of times it's camera move, or it's creepy shadow play in the wall.
But the basic premise for this season is there's this house that shows up in the middle of a neighborhood. Yeah. And people think it's this fun house attraction.
Right.
Where you go through the house and they realize it just suddenly appears out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And people go in and they think that they're out of it. And they realize they're not.
They're not out.
That
they're still in it.
Yeah.
And shit just gets fucked up from there. Again, it's a really smartly done setup and the way that they kind of execute it as it goes on. And the characters kind of because that's the main hook of it, so it's not too much to give it away. But as they slowly come to realize that, oh shit, no, we're still in there. But great stuff. I kind of want to know how it ends. Jay.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I got some shit.
You got some shit? What do you got?
Well, I haven't been here in a while.
That's true.
And you guys reviewed some of these movies.
Yeah. So give us a quick hit on Bright.
It wasn't as bad as people said it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't as good.
It's not earth-shattering, but it's solid.
I like the fact that they took the creatures of fantasy.
Yeah. Yes.
Orcs, fairies, and not witches.
Fairies, elves,
and stuff, and worked them into this gritty police drama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It like Alien Nation. It had a big Alien Nation feel.
Yeah.
I liked Alien Nation.
Sure.
The movie, the series was kind of
Yeah. Burnt out quick on the series.
You don't have James Caan, you don't got it.
Well, not with the other guy filling in for him.
So, but I enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
It was gritty. I was thankful for that. So I enjoyed myself. It's a very light cash for me.
Sure, fair enough.
and then I saw I, Tonya, which I loved.
Yeah.
We spoke about this briefly.
Oh, in the after show last week.
In the after, I crashed your Christmas thing.
Woohoo!
But yeah, I really enjoyed this. Whoever said that it's the Goodfellas of figure skating movies was right on the fucking money.
Well, I would say Goodfellas is sports movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, fair enough. Well, that's the vibe I get from the trailer. So I was wondering how much of that is really like the thing that they were kind of shooting for.
They pulled no punches on how white trash he was.
Nice.
You know what I mean? And it's funny.
Yeah.
It's very funny, but the performances across the board, man.
Sean, man.
Oh,
Well, she makes fun of herself these days. She's on those cheesy True TV shows where they make fun of idiots on videos.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That's where she pops up.
Yeah, she's on those.
Yeah, I concur with Ed's assessment of the Sean character. Like,
Yeah.
Ed would have been this guy if he, like, grew up in Newark.
No, okay.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
Like,
now
he'd still be
really see it.
nerdy,
Yeah.
but there'd be an edge to him. And
I got
then
you.
lie about that edge
Right.
of who he fucking was.
And
you know
sell
what I
it
mean?
with complete blank
And
confidence.
he's good. And the guy
Right.
that plays him is actually really good in it, too. There isn't a bad performance in here.
Okay.
And, you know, my only hope, and my history with Oscars, I say fuck the Oscars.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But the both of them should fucking get it.
Mm-hmm.
Because Margot Robbie and Allison Janney,
Yeah.
they're so fucking good that you forget you're watching Margot Robbie and Allison Janney. Like, they're just so
Right.
damn
They
good.
become the characters, and you lose track of
You
that.
know, even Sebastian Stan, who plays the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I heard he's in this.
He's
and
very good
and he's
too,
really
man.
he's a standout in this too.
Yes, he is.
He's Jeff Galooly.
He's Jeff Galooly,
Yeah.
which I only remember because it's a name Galooly,
Yeah.
which is just you'll never forget.
It's
like
a verb now.
It's like Boutros Ghali. I can't pick that. I can't pick that guy out of a
Yeah.
Like
lineup.
Loogie.
Now let me
Yes.
ask you, because
It's wet. It feels wet.
they do flash forwards to like them being interviewed, and supposedly a lot of that stuff is taken from actual interviews.
Right.
Doesn't Jeff Galooly seem like a fucking asshole?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is a prick. And they don't paint a good picture of him either. You know what I mean? He's like, really just beating the fuck out of her this whole fucking movie.
Yeah, well, that was the thing that came
Whatnot.
out. That was a real fucked up relationship.
But it was really nicely done, man. Nicely edited too, I might add. You know what I mean? The way they went back and forth, and when they did, whenever somebody said something, they would bring it into like Allison Janney's interview,
Yeah.
and it's just hilarious. The fact, one of the things I laughed at a lot was when there's a parrot on her shoulder in one of the interviews, and she says like, "That's husband number 6 right here." Well, I laughed my balls off when she said that. So it definitely made my top 10 of the year. It will make my top 10 of the year going forward.
Right.
I'm running out of year, Jay.
Yeah, well, it's tomorrow, right? That's it.
Oof. It's getting close. This is New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I
if
wanna
anybody
see,
celebrates that.
Like, I want to see Shape of Water. I want to see Darkest Hour. I haven't seen those yet. So.
I'm going to tell you right now, the shape of the water, it's flat.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It tends to roll to the lowest point. I'm just going to say.
But there's creature sex.
Actually,
human
Bill.
and interspecies erotica.
The shape of the water is whatever the shape of the thing it's in.
That's true. That's true. And that's been your moment of science on the Wicked Theory podcast.
So that would mean Clerks 2 and Shape of Water would be a great double feature.
Clerks 2 and Shape of
Clerks
Water?
2 and
Yeah.
Shape of Water.
Yeah, because both heavily feature interspecies erotica.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That's true. That's true.
And lastly, I saw a doc called The Toys That Made Us.
Yeah, okay. You know what? I saw that this was coming, and let me ask you, how is it? Because my concern is that it might be nostalgia bait a little bit, because it's like, I know the hook of it's like, hey, it's everything you grew up with.
It is that, you know what I mean? But they get deep into the stories of it, and some of it's not, great. Like, there's 4 that are out now. One is Star Wars, Barbie, G.I. Joe,
Sexy.
and what the hell's He-Man.
Okay. How many have you consumed?
There's only 4 that dropped.
Okay, so
and
you
I
call
watched all 4.
I'm jealous.
And it's really good. I mean, it's nostalgia. It'll choke you up a little bit in some areas.
I like how they put the Barbie before the other 2, because they knew if that Barbie was the last episode,
watch it.
Guys wouldn't get to it. I'm sure the Barbie's probably more intriguing on some
Watch
levels.
it, because the thing about that is there's that one woman that owned Mattel. She founded Mattel. But there was a guy that was with her. And, he was a womanizer and a fucking blowing lines.
Well, that
and
was
shit
the old
like that.
days, buddy. That's how it got done.
And it's how they kind of almost write him off.
Yeah.
He went bankrupt, and whatnot. They said a few things. He was womanizing. He was blowing lines. So it was very interesting to see that. And it's also kind of like the rise of Mattel too.
Right.
And actually, the Barbie and the He-Man episode kind of bridged together because He-Man was Mattel too.
Right, sure. So it kind of
And
covers
how-
similar ground a little bit, or you revisit.
Here comes these big, massive fucking muscle toys and everything.
Yeah.
Well, let's get the Barbie crowd involved. Let's
Hey,
create
man.
She-Ra.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
how they got some of the Barbie people to
Right.
work on that and whatnot.
Gotcha.
Very, very interesting across the board, and it's a hard recommendation, especially if you're our age bracket.
Oh, yeah.
Where is this available?
Netflix.
Netflix series.
It's
yeah.
on the flicks.
It's on the flicks. It's
They
new.
dropped 4 episodes. There's 4 more coming. One is Transformers, and
Any Thundercats?
I'm not sure, but I wouldn't be surprised. But they're all great.
Well, maybe we need to get another interview going with Mumra, and we can find out from him.
Yes! I would very much like to be on that show.
Yeah, I'm sure Todd McFarlane's gonna get his own fucking.
I watched some Todd McFarlane earlier.
I think Todd
Uh,
McFarlane's
yesterday,
going to be the
actually,
new
my friend.
voice of Mumra.
I'm not combining the two.
That's gonna be a 2-hour episode. He
Yeah,
won't
I'm
stop
not
talking.
trying. I'm not drunk enough to try that.
He won't. He won't start. He won't stop talking.
I wasn't really asking. I just thought that would be funny.
It would. It would.
But it's a very hard recommendation. The Star Wars one was really good. But there's a documentary that came out called Plastic Galaxy.
Okay.
It was basically a whole. It was a huge doc.
Just
based on
about-
Star Wars, the
okay.
production of it.
Oh,
That
okay.
gets really into detail, and some of
Oh,
this.
yeah.
But you're careful not to repeat that shit too. They
Okay.
tell some different
Yeah,
things.
I was gonna. I think I don't know if it was Plastic Galaxy. But I remember there's some like 45-minute doc. I think it was on Hulu.
No, this one's like a 90-minute doc.
Oh, okay.
So and it's-
Fuck these both. I saw one that was 220.
And some of it is sad too, like the decisions they made and what what prompted those decisions.
Yeah.
So this was a really good series.
Serious.
I can't wait to see the others.
All right. So,
And
all right.
you wouldn't think that I would enjoy a Barbie episode, but it really is. Damn
No,
good.
I would think that it's probably pretty compelling
It's
because
very- it
of the
is.
stuff that I know about like the origins and the history of Barbie. Like there is some behind the
And how
scenes
many
stuff.
there are, and
Yeah, but
what
even
they
like
did, they
well,
changed
the
things.
numbers alone, yeah, sure. But I just mean like behind the scenes, if I remember correctly, there is some kind of
Well, it was based off
interesting,
a
compelling
hooker doll
Yeah, well, there's
from Europe.
spoilers.
Yeah, it just says here on my phone that the next one is going to include Jem because she was truly outrageous.
They did bring that. They brought that in the episode
Into the Barbie
and
thing?
somebody got wind of it, and they did the Barbie and the Rockers line.
They did, yeah, I remember.
Right before that, it fucked them all up.
I remember when I saw it too. I was like, and I was at the age where it was like so obvious to me what that was. Like, you know, when I saw it, I was like, oh, yeah, okay, Barbie. Jem's not going to be that big a deal. Don't worry.
But it was. But it did. It was
For a year or
They
two.
did. Well,
For a
yeah,
year or
it
two.
prompted a show. I remember there was.
Jem, no, that
Yeah.
didn't prompt the show.
That
That's
was
how
tied into the show. That was all together.
all-
The show came first. I thought
No,
it
no,
was-
no, no,
No,
They
they came
come
out
mutual.
together.
It was the 80s. They came mutual. Like Reagan said, it's okay. We're going to drop the restrictions on kids' TV, and you can have your show be a toy outright. And like so, shows started to be developed conjointly like that.
The
like,
G.I.
you know what I mean?
Joe one was great.
Yeah.
Well, evidently that's why
Great.
I might skip straight to that.
that's why Young Justice was canceled because the toys didn't sell.
Yeah, isn't that some shit? You know.
Yeah. Well, because the
Fucking-
toys didn't sell, and
Yeah.
because the audience was skewed too heavily female.
Yeah, and probably skewed older than they wanted to too. Like the true committed audience in
Yeah.
that show wasn't the kids.
Yeah, because it was like 60% females
Yeah.
watching it, and girls don't buy toys.
It's like the My Little Pony thing. It's like, where are these ratings coming from? Oh, okay,
Actually, to be honest with you,
that's different.
all 4 episodes are phenomenal.
Right,
so
right, right.
Definitely watch them.
Yeah, wasn't My Little Pony like pedophiles?
Well, I mean, that's
No.
that's the nervous thing, but the bronies.
They're bronies.
They're bronies, and what it just means, it started as is just like, hey, I'm a grown adult, and this show's actually fucking funny and smart, and it's
Yeah.
made for kids and adults. It just happens to be My Little Pony.
Yeah.
But,
So,
you know,
so My
other
Little Pony
guys-
was kind of like Phineas and Ferb?
Right. It was played
Yeah,
with this
but-
multi-toned kind of
Right.
humor, and you know,
But some guys get a little too excited about that show.
some guys wear that brony title with a
Yeah,
badge.
maybe those bronies are also furries.
It's
something
it's,
like that.
Yeah.
well,
it's
they're
borderline-y.
buying the plushes. Let me tell you that.
Let me tell you that.
Oh, you know what a furry is, Ed?
Yes, I know what a
Oh,
furry
okay,
is.
so we
I-
can scratch that off
We
the
don't
list.
have to.
I saw that episode of Entourage.
Fair enough. Oh well, if it didn't come through pop culture, how else would? How else would you pick it up?
Right.
Thank God you're here with us now to kind of school you on some of these things.
Yep, hard
So, all right. So, hard recommendation for The Toys That Made Us on Netflix. We covered Bright, Channel Zero, American Vandal. Cody hit Xbox One. Bob recommended Super. A little bit of Black Mirror came out this week, and then Sicario. How about that? How about me running down that list?
And I, Tonya.
And I, Tonya. Fuck! I almost had it. Shit!
Another stash.
I fucking hate myself
You went
now.
for the pat on the back a little too soon.
Yeah.
So we're
And that's what I get for trying to pat myself on the back, too.
So we're just
broken
shy of 4 minutes to 2 hours here. We got one last bit.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
we're
we
gonna
got two
push
last
that.
bits.
Well, we're gonna push the one that's
The emails?
no. We're gonna hit your top 5, and then we're gonna do emails, and then we're out.
Yeah. all right.
And then after show, we'll do. We're gonna play a game. All right. So, Uncle Jay,
Yes, sir.
you got 5 more. You have a list of 5 things.
Yep.
What kind of things are these things?
Well, there's a holiday coming tomorrow, right?
Wait a minute.
So,
Wait a minute. I think you're right.
It's usually a holiday that Uncle Jay loves because it involves alcohol and screaming.
Chindan.
Shindan.
Chindan. Salud.
So I'll be smoking a pipe tomorrow. Maybe
Crack cocaine.
crack cocaine.
Crystal meth? No, that you snort that.
You're gonna freebase it like the 80s. You're gonna get nostalgic. Pull a fucking.
It's New Year's Eve tomorrow, Chief.
Oh, woo.
And for anybody that's going to stay indoors tomorrow, because
Yeah.
it's going to be 8 degrees, a record-breaking
Locally.
8 degrees. 8 degrees around in the fucking Manhattan area.
Which just boggles my mind every year.
Yeah,
People go out there.
I'm not going out there.
Fuck that. Have you ever done it? Times
I
Square.
did it once just to do it.
Like, how
And
old were you?
I was 22.
You went back when you were indestructible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going back there.
Fuck that.
No.
I'm not going back there.
Never.
I like room. And you're like a fucking sardine.
The whole idea
No,
that
there's
it's
a
8
fucking million
degrees,
people out there.
Yeah.
It's 8 degrees, and if you're in the middle of that, you gotta wear diapers because you ain't gonna fucking hit a porta potty.
Depends.
Or you
Really?
just gotta start pissing on each other to stay warm.
You think there's going to be enough porta potties out there for that?
Nope.
No fucking way.
And good luck trying to get to one or
Really?
get in it. You know.
Really?
I've had,
And forget about the Wendy's. I guarantee you they're fucking closed.
See, the thing is, I would go out New Year's Eve
Right.
and party, go to bars and
Mhm.
club, whatever it was. And then as I gotten older, into my 30s, I started having New Year's parties at my house.
Fuck that.
You know
right,
what I mean?
Exactly.
So, I would put
You
on...
guys come here.
I mean, I would fucking put, like, movies on and
Right.
shit and, drinking
Sure.
booze, and people aren't watching
What
the
kind of
movies.
movies?
So I got a little top 5 for you
Of New Year's?
of New Year's movies.
How about that?
So,
Movies
I'm
where
gonna
New
start
Year's
with
is like is the hook.
And there's no tangential.
Right.
New
These
Year's
movies are definitely about
like
New
When
Year's.
Harry Met Sally ain't here, because that's not a New Year's film, even though there's 2 New Year's scenes in it.
Fair enough. The
You know
whole
what I'm
movie
saying?
isn't all about New
It's
Year's.
not about New Year's. It's a
Right.
love story about 2 different people.
Right. Gotcha.
All right.
And
so,
orgasms.
I'm trying to look for oh, here it is. So basically at number 5, I got a little film called New Year's Evil.
Ooh. I don't think I know about this one.
Well, it's a slasher. It's your standard
Okay.
slasher.
I
From
had a
the 80s.
feeling. I had a feeling.
But I'm bringing it up because, just as I bring up all these, there's a lot of great like camera moves and camera tricks in some of these horror
Okay.
films.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? That even like the low budget horror of today can't mimic.
Right.
what
Right. Right.
was-
Right.
what came out before. These were real movies
Yeah.
that they actually put love, effort, and press books together on. You know what I'm saying? And they launched. You know what I mean? With and it's your typical slasher. It's nothing different, but there's some really good angles and some really creepy fucking scenes in it.
All right. What
You
year
know
is
what I mean?
this
Like
from?
this is from 1980.
Okay. Okay.
And who produced it? The Cannon Group.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah. All right.
Of course.
But they weren't full-fledged Canon yet.
Nah, they
You know
were
what I
working
mean?
their way up.
Full-fledged Canon is like Death Wish 3 and
I
4.
got you. So there's some fun to be had in this one.
Oh yeah,
I
absolutely.
got
That's
you.
them when they
That
just started.
unintentional fun. I got you.
Fucking Golden Globus. So number 4 is a movie that's not really that great, but it's fun to watch because there's some funny things in it.
Sure.
Mostly due to Dave Chappelle, and it's a movie called 200 Cigarettes.
Okay.
All right, now this
Yeah.
was something that MTV produced
Right.
with an ensemble cast at the time.
This is black and white.
No, it was an ensemble piece.
You're thinking of
coffee and cigarettes.
You're thinking of coffee and cigarettes. No, this is another ensemble piece.
Okay.
It had like Ben Affleck, Casey Affleck, Dave Chappelle,
Okay.
Paul Rudd, Courtney
Never saw
Love.
this.
You know what I mean? And really, the narrative of it kind of it's just little stories
Okay.
that all intertwine, and what they all have in common is that
Vignettes.
they all come together at this one New Year's party.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And
Gotcha.
you don't see the party; you see it told with like Polaroids.
Okay.
With Dave Chappelle narrating it, which is funny.
Sure,
You know what
sure,
I mean?
sure,
And
yeah.
he plays like the cab driver.
I gotcha.
Through it all, and it's really a New Year's thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's
Right,
all
right,
about
right.
them going to this party. So you should definitely. Janine Garofalo's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Elvis Costello makes a couple of appearances, and it's funny. Not the greatest thing in the world, but it's fun to watch for New Year's.
Okay.
Number 3 is the Poseidon Adventure. Because that happens New Year's Eve night, where a fucking boat topples over.
Right. Sure.
Are
from
you
a
talking
tidal
about the
wave.
original or the remake?
original.
All right, because
'Cause
the original is good.
I don't think
Shelley
the
Winters.
I don't think the remake was New Year's Eve, or was it?
It might as well.
I don't
Why
know.
would they? Not?
Well, I thought the Poseidon Adventure was based on a true story, so it would have to maintain.
Loosely, I think.
Yeah, loosely based.
But
on
this
it.
was Irwin Allen,
Yeah.
the master of disaster at
Sure,
the time,
sure,
Towering
sure.
Inferno.
Yeah, I've seen this. Yeah.
Earthquake.
Yeah.
You know
Oh yeah,
what I
we
mean?
used to watch it all the time in our house.
It was one of those things. I think it ran on TV a lot too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, it was a big, huge blockbuster
Gene,
at the time.
Gene Hackman's in that movie.
Yes, he is.
And there's a whole. He plays a priest who's like, you know,
a faith questioning.
yeah, he's
priest.
having a crisis of faith, and it's this weird, really dramatic turn in a popcorn flick. That's just kind of like this. This was the point where Irwin Allen's goal was: we need to have everything in this movie, everything you could possibly
Yeah.
expect from a movie,
Yeah.
and he crams it all in, and it's fun. It's
Yeah.
just, it's really fun.
It's like, how you make this believable? You get Gene fucking Hackman. into it. You know what I mean?
It's an adventure.
It becomes a
romp.
whole different animal
Yeah.
now, and he's really damn good in it too. And
Yeah, Ernest Borgnine's great in that.
My
Yeah.
Linda, my Linda,
Yeah.
Mr. Rogo.
I ever loved.
I have this image in my head of Shelley Winters diving into the water, trying to like get to the other side to help save everybody.
Shelley Winters was nominated for that movie, actually.
Nice.
So it's a fun,
Sure.
good disaster.
It's classic.
It's a disaster film. Number 2, and this is going to be my number 2 personally, is a movie called 4 Rooms.
Nice.
Now, if you remember what this was,
Yes.
It's our story, right, Bill? Because that's what we live in.
this is an anthology film.
Well,
That's
two,
true.
I was gonna say 2 of the rooms are really fun, and they're the 2 that you would expect to be fun.
Yeah, there's 2 are bizarre, actually.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
2
the
are
other
just
2 are, like-
great.
I love the difference between the two of you, but continue.
Well, no, they're very bizarre, the first 2.
Oh yeah.
Are,
what the fuck is
and
this?
this
Yeah.
is 4 directors. This was
2 of whom you know, and those are the good
Allison Anders, who was a up-and-coming female director, did a lot of independent stuff.
Sure.
And same for Alexander Rockwell. You know, you don't see him anymore either. But the last 2 were Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino.
Right.
Which, of course, are the 2 best ones.
Yes.
And this is all told from a bellhop, which is Tim Roth, who carries us. He's great.
He's great.
He's phenomenal, and it's very, very funny. But the Quentin Tarantino one is basically a remake of an Alfred Hitchcock
Right.
episode called The Man from Rio.
Yes.
This is The Man from Hollywood.
Right.
And it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's great.
It's Quentin Tarantino is in it.
Yes.
And even though he's hammy, he's the right kind of hammy for this.
Yeah, because it's leaning into the whole thing of the moment and what's going on in there.
Yeah.
You needed a kind of a guy like him,
Right.
to kind of sell it in that way, because it's a lot of exposition.
Right.
So, and it's a lot of that one guy telling the story about the episode of the show. There was
But he
this
does
show.
it well for that.
Yes,
for
he does.
because
Yeah,
he's actually playing a movie star.
Right, yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
His 2 films.
Which is the most unbelievable part, because
Yeah.
it's like, you're weird looking.
And he's got Bruce Willis is in it.
Right.
And Jennifer
Yeah.
Beals was in it. They actually carry her
Antonio
over from
Banderas.
Antonio, well, that's from the Robert Rodriguez's thing.
Well, I'm talking about the movie.
Right.
Okay, right.
Yeah, it's
But just
four,
the movie
it's
in
four
general.
different things. Yeah, and some of them intertwine.
Was this before or after Desperado?
This was the same year as Desperado.
Okay.
In fact, it came out Christmas Day in '95.
Okay.
Because I remember seeing it Christmas night.
I think the production, though, was there
Yeah.
after.
Because like this is one of those things where you see Antonio Banderas, and
Very funny.
very funny, and it's kind of like he and Rodriguez were born to work together forever.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You do not leave this room. You kids stay
Yeah.
in this room and be quiet.
Which is great. Yeah, the misbehaviors, it's
Yeah,
called.
the little kids.
So even though the other two are very bizarre, it's worth a watch just to see what you're looking at.
Yeah.
It deals with witches. One deals with a fucked up gangster guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's really a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And my number one was Strange Days.
Sure.
which is
For a
Catherine-
New Year's Eve based story.
Yeah, this was came out in '95.
Yeah.
And it was basically about 2K, man, 2000, the year 2000, what it would be. But it's also kind of they took the brainstorm technology and moved it over to like this film.
Let me strap this thing to your head, and we're going to look at
record your memories,
and
you
then
can feel
I
everything.
can watch your memories.
Right. Doing your Ray Fiennes, your best Ray
Trying,
Fiennes.
trying to find it because I know he has a weird accent in this one. Because I just watched the movie list and they had a clip from it.
Yeah, it's one of those Brits trying to do an American, but not really.
Yeah, it kind of comes and goes.
So this was
gonna do what he thinks an LA accent would sound like in 20 years.
Yeah, in 20. Right. If that's what I'm blaming on. I was being futuristic the whole time.
Yeah.
But this is James Cameron's story. It was a script from him, which was basically him saying, you know what, I liked Brainstorm, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make it better.
Yeah. Well, you know, in the end, luckily. But yeah. I mean, that was it. I'm going to put this twist on it.
Yeah, this is it reeks of his direction too. So I'm wondering if he kind of ghost directed some of it.
Well,
a little bit.
I think the non-rumor really is that he ghost edited, he edited a lot of it and wrote it and kind of basically quietly co-directed a little bit of it to some degree.
But even the shots too.
Well, that's what I mean.
Like,
a lot of it, probably the pre-vis storyboard stuff is probably her and him and them hammering it out. She's conversating with him, and a lot of
a divorce happened.
Well, yeah. But I'm sure it's like if I'm gonna fucking try and do a thing, but I'm running it by you, and you're James Cameron.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess you're gonna have a lot of good ideas,
Right.
and in the end, I'm gonna say well, how can I not use that now?
Right.
Just because it's not my idea, and I got too much of your ideas in my soup, I'm not gonna make that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that stuff. It's like, how do you not? That's the challenge sometimes if it's like a personal project and then you pull in somebody for help. It's like, well, what if they throw a million good ideas and it starts to be like in my own head, it's all them.
The reason I'm saying is because when you watch The Abyss, T2, and True Lies, this kind of fits right in with those movies. The
It
shots,
feels, there's a lot that feels like that. Yeah.
Like the action, you know what I mean? What you're looking at, it's very clear.
Yeah.
Things are just a little too clear.
Yeah.
It's almost like he was on it as like a second unit director or something.
He was standing right behind her.
Yeah.
Doing this.
Oh, yeah. He's like her, what's the film guy, the actual film guy?
The DP?
Yeah, director of photography or something like that. He's like, I'll just be the DP.
He was standing behind him too.
Yeah. With a bullhorn.
For a second, I thought you guys were going to say he was the hand up the dummy's ass.
He might have been.
Metaphorically
He
speaking.
might have, but it's a really good movie.
Tom
It is.
Sizemore, man.
Yeah,
that guy fucking goes for it in that movie.
Yeah, he's disturbing.
Yeah.
in it. But not to give anything away. I want people to actually go and see that because it is a lost gem.
Yeah.
Last honorable mention: you can't have New Year's without Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah, you probably could. Yeah, you probably
Yeah,
could.
you can.
But I feel that's more of a summer blockbuster Ghostbusters film.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You
You
know
know
what
what? I take that back because I was thinking of the one with women in it.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh,
the
no,
remake.
The remake.
No. That would be,
Yeah.
That's a whole different conversation.
That's a whole
Go-
different.
That didn't happen.
Ghostbusters 2, man. That bathtub scene.
I am Vigo.
Oh yeah, when the
Vigo.
sludge comes alive and
Yeah,
comes at her.
that's when they'll fuck you up when you're 5 years old.
Vigo. Janusz.
All right. Moving it along.
And that was my New Year's.
So what did Wesley write today?
Well, let me tell you something. First off, we're gonna go with somebody else.
Oh, okay.
We got a new listener who's hanging out, and I believe this email is from them.
Oh, cool.
This is from Ben. So
Benny Livewire.
Benjamin, yeah.
Yeah, you noticed that name. I'm not recognized.
Benny Livewire was here, I think, last week.
Yeah, Michael Jackson
Well,
wrote a
I
song
haven't
about
been
him.
here in a couple of weeks.
I know. That's why I was filling you in.
Okay.
So he says, "Hi, crew. Why not rank the Wolverine films from least favorite to most favorite?" I think we know how this list is going to shape up. And who would you pick as the next Wolverine actor? So firstly, I think from least to most...
Well, Logan is one.
Well, it's hard to not start right at the top and just say Logan is one. Probably.
Yeah. Well, if least to most favorite, it's the order of release. The least favorite is
probably pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that holds up. Origins is like the roughest one.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of cool ideas in the first 20 minutes, but then But you know, I think
it's sad to watch that because you really enjoy that first 40 minutes, and then it's like
it's like this was going somewhere until all of a sudden like he's
heartbreaking.
But yeah, I think you're right. Follow the order of release, right?
Whereas Logan. X-Men Origins Wolverine has a good first act, and then just the rest of it just falls apart.
Yeah.
The Wolverine,
I liked that,
has a great first 2 acts, and the third act is a little shaky.
Yeah, only because it's like it just goes over the top again.
You think it's before or after Ryan Reynolds comes in as Deadpool?
That's the first film.
That's the first one.
Okay, I'm getting that mixed
up.
Okay.
You're talking about the Silver Samurai.
Yeah, the Silver Samurai
at the end of
It's like
they don't. Yeah, you know what? You're right about that. They didn't really do the Silver Samurai right.
Yeah, and then Logan is just all the way through, man.
All the way through. Like I just feel like it's it's a thing where it's like just straight through.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of going.
I think we were talking about.
Well, the same director.
Recently, we did talk about. I did post a question about who would be in the next Wolverine.
Yeah, next Wolverine, and
I think as long as it's not Channing Tatum, we're okay.
Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, Steve Buscemi.
George Takei.
I really feel like you kind of got to go similar route that they went, which is somebody on the come up or relatively unknown.
I mean, basically, he got this off being in musicals in Australia, like Sunset Boulevard in Oklahoma.
What about?
Well, I mean, as far as chops, but it came down to looks with him too. I think they took his fucking head shot and they just drew mutton chops on the sides.
What about maybe the if we're gonna go young? What about like the kid from the Labyrinth movie?
Labyrinth movie.
No, I'm sorry. I'm talking about Labyrinth, but
David Bowie.
No, I'm not talking about that. What's that movie with? They're running around that thing and it changes.
Oh, the maze.
The maze runner.
Maze Runner.
Maze Runner.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got to go young, you got to go someone generally unknown.
Yeah,
you can't go totally unknown. You got to have somebody who's been in a movie.
I feel like he's one of those guys. It's a really hard casting job. Like like I could pick a million guys to play Cyclops because that dude is a fucking piece of toast. Like it's just get me a white guy with brown hair.
Find the casting directors. I got Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Tell them to go out again.
That's it. Bring those guys in. Put them back on assignment. It's time to whatever you did, do it again.
Hey, whatever it is, pay them.
Yeah, really.
Or do you go with someone who looks more like the classic Wolverine from the comics?
I would be fine and happy with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think they should go with that
Runty.
to differentiate themselves from the Wolverine that we've gotten.
Yeah, I like that. Which kind of like there again narrows your field down a little bit because you're going for somebody who is under tall.
What's his name from Breaking Bad? Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul.
Don't do his hair.
Don't do his hair. Have him work out a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot. But yeah, he's under. He's not exactly tall. I think it's a thing where it's like someone's got to come to me with a list because I can't formulate that in my head.
Yeah, or do you go with someone like James Cameron? I mentioned this before, and it made
James Cameron is Wolverine. Old man Logan at the very least.
James Cameron was going to do an X-Men movie in the late '80s, early '90s.
Don't you say it?
And his first choice for Wolverine was Bob Hoskins.
He's dead
from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Oh, he's dead now. But is there someone currently of that stock?
Harvey Keitel.
5'2" and a little paunch.
Yeah.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Harvey Keitel was in the running for a while too.
Matt Damon is Wolverine.
But he might be a little too old.
He's too much of a nice guy.
Who, Harvey Keitel?
I'm sorry. You're talking about Harvey Keitel. We're talking about Matt Damon.
No, you're talking about Matt Damon, and he's talking about Harvey Keitel. I'm just listening. None of this wee shit. I'm just watching the two of you get lost. No. I think maybe we should try and find. Someone's got to have a dream
Matt
casting.
Damon would have to be Cyclops.
Someone's got to have a dream casting list online of like who should play Wolverine. See if you can pull it up. So at least maybe we can get like a running idea list kind of bounce off of.
Who was the guy? Who was the singer that campaigned for it? Was it Danzig?
Yes.
He wanted to play it, right?
Badly. He's like, I am the right height.
That's the wizard.
I am evil, and I work out. Look at these biceps.
All right, so
no one believe me? Go watch the video for Mother.
Do you want the list of Forbes, Screen Rant, or Cinema Blend?
Any of them, but just one.
All right, well, so go off Forbes.
Welcome to the world of pop-up ads on Forbes.com.
Well, Forbes is hoity-toity guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is part of their. Don't be fooled because they're all about getting clicks too. So a lot of times Forbes has decent industry articles.
All right, run them off. Go ahead, Ed.
But when they try to get nerdy, it's usually a little funny. So maybe Forbes will be fun to make fun of.
All right. Tom Hardy.
Yeah. Okay. It's a good call.
Shia LaBeouf.
No.
No.
Absolutely not. But
No.
I can see why they would go with that, but
No.
Penn Badgley from Gossip Girl and Margin Call.
No.
Don't know. I
who
would need to see him.
Kit Harington.
I don't need a Wolverine who's kind of like sad and wondering about himself.
Scott Eastwood.
No, I don't like Scott Eastwood really. I'll tell you who might. Actually, I didn't realize Mel Gibson had a son who was acting now. I saw a thing with him the other day, and he's got a beard going on, and I wonder.
Oh, Mel Gibson was always in talk. There was
No,
one
not
of those
Mel
guys-
Gibson.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah, no, that was
He's too old.
That was someone in the '90s that they were talking.
Yeah, right. That's what I mean. Like this guy's lean and good looking.
What about Scott Conn?
No, for the same reason of Eastwood.
yeah.
I just, but I get it though. But I get why.
Well, see, like the thing is,
I got one.
If you watch Hawaii Five-0,
Right.
the thing that's interesting is as that show goes on, he stays the same height, but his head gets a little bigger.
Oh yeah.
So
What's this one, Bob?
Carl Urban.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Might be a little too tall.
Yeah, a little too
Yeah,
tall,
yeah.
but I mean, in a perfect world. But I mean, like,
Yeah.
if you go for somebody with a little bit of a name, that's
Well,
good.
Right.
It's an interesting catch.
this makes sense to me. Jake Gyllenhaal,
Well, to you, I guess, for some reason.
Kevin Hart.
Again,
What?
we're going.
Yeah, that they got to throw in a weird pick.
Yeah. Conversation starter in the
Yeah.
chat.
That's not even worth
Yeah.
it, though.
That's like trying to start shit in your own chat comment section.
Taylor Kitsch,
Yeah, I kind of saw it in my face, in his face rather.
even though he already played Gambit. And
But that was in a Wolverine movie, so it's okay.
yeah, and last one's Garrett Hedlund.
Oh, no, I'm familiar with the name.
Too tall, again, I think.
Yeah, from Tron Legacy.
Hmm.
And he did a horrible job as Captain Hook in the Pan movie. They gave him this like weird old Hollywood accent.
What was this? I was distracted.
The Pan film.
Pan. Yeah,
I'll pan the conversation
he's also,
right now.
He's also
All right.
in Mudbound.
Okay.
He's still too tall.
So, all right, let's move on.
It's like Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, definitely.
Honestly, that's the
Well,
order.
Hugh Jackman was obviously too tall.
Yeah.
You know, so I'll just go and say it. Nobody else wants to say right now. Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise for Wolverine. Nothing better.
Yeah. What about the guy who's
None of you will buy it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
What about the guy who played the backstabbing brother in Inhumans?
I mean, he's not
that tall.
Bill, but think about it, man.
Think about what?
You look at Tom Cruise in the last couple Mission
Oh,
Impossible
okay.
movies.
Yeah, he's
You
basically
see-
playing a superhero.
I mean, he takes his shirt off every movie now.
He could have been hanging off the
I
side of
have-
that plane with his claws punched into the side of the metal.
Yeah.
I can only speak personally on Tom Cruise as Wolverine. I will never ever go see a Tom Cruise movie. I have zero interest in him, so I will never ever see a Wolverine movie if he's in it.
Wow.
Watch American
There you
Made,
go,
though.
folks.
You'll be happy you did.
I'm not. I mean, I'm not criticizing him as an actor. He does nothing for me in
I can hear
anything
that,
he
though.
does.
I can hear that, though. I can
It's
follow
like
that.
he's like white toast to me.
Yeah, right.
And he's short, so I don't see him as being the hero of a movie. I just don't buy him.
Fair enough.
I did a little bit at first, back in the day, but
It
now
wore off on you. I got you.
I mean, his run since Mission Impossible 4, I love Oblivion, Edge of Tomorrow,
Edge of Tomorrow.
all that stuff.
Edge of
Mummy.
Tomorrow.
The first 10
Mummy.
minutes of the Mummy
Hey,
are a really good Tom
that
Cruise movie.
setup
Yeah,
stuff.
that first 10 minutes is when Tom realized that, okay, this is going to be good. And then the 11th minute, oh, no, it's not.
All right, next email. So this one is from someone we haven't heard from in a little while,
Okay.
but he's got something to say. This one's from James Hazelden Jr. Hey, by the way, Ben,
Oh.
Ben, thanks for sending in the email, buddy.
Yeah. Keep
Benny,
it coming, buddy.
Keep them coming, Benny. So this one's from James Hazelden Jr. The subject line says, "God damn, this shit is fucked up." And it starts out with, I'll say it again, assuming you've read the subject line, "God damn, this shit is fucked up. God damn, this shit is fucked up. God damn, this shit is fucked up. And it's all your fault, too. Damn motherfuckers, damn you. I never heard of Black Mirror until I started listening to your show. And now season 4 is out, and I'm watching it."
We did kind of, I think we did at one point kind of mention to him specifically that he should check it out, because didn't he ask us what's good to watch?
Yeah,
on
oh
one of
yeah,
his
yeah.
old
He asked
emails?
for like a big, broad kind of recommendation thing. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we covered it in that. Yeah. So he's only following directions. So okay, The brunette with those gorgeous brown eyes in the very first episode. Very sexy, he says.
She was cute. She was cute.
Second episode. I haven't finished yet, but I already think if she did what my first thought was, then the story revealed. But mom, he's getting too specific. Okay, because I can't follow it. Yeah, her murdering mom was a completely justifiable act of temporary insanity, no punishment. The show just presented to me a situation where I would justify a daughter going home from high school and killing her mother. That's pretty wild. I haven't been able to finish the episode yet, so I don't know if she does. I just know if I were her and what happened to me, and that happened to me, yeah, that would be my first thoughts. Okay, damn it. This shit is fucked up. So what else we got here from him? I don't know who yet.
I guess that's in a good way then.
So I guess he's jumping around? I don't know. Because Archangel I thought was this season's... season 4. Oh, he is in season 4. Okay, my fault. Okay, I've watched I haven't gotten to that episode yet. I'm not reading that. Second episode, fucking wow. I never had to take breaks from anything I've watched before. Oh, geez, I really wish I'd gotten to that second episode then last night. Okay, now that's all out of the way. Late and Merry Christmas. Happy early New Year's to you. I've been grabbing the podcast recently between life and everything else. So, no, while I haven't been as active lately, you did not get rid of me yet.
Aw.
No, that's so sweet.
We don't want to get rid of you, James.
That's like something a tick would say. Okay, and so I don't forget, a long overdue, fuck you to Uncle Jay.
Fuck you too, James.
There you go.
Love
kid.
you.
There you go. That's how Uncle Jay sends his love, and that's actually how James signs off, which is...
appropriate.
Yes.
All right.
All's normal in the world.
You're right. All right, so we got one here from...
Wesley.
Hey, you gentlemen. Y'all talk often about the great movies of the year, so instead I ask, what did you think were some of the worst movies of the year?
I just mentioned one.
Okay.
Dark Tower.
Dark Tower. Yeah. I haven't even seen it.
Guy Ritchie's King Arthur film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, oh yeah, that one was horrid. And it came out like on a really bad weekend. Something big came out that same weekend.
Guy Ritchie should have never tackled that material with his shtick.
His style, his classic kind of approach.
It was destined to fail from creation.
It might be all British myth, but it may or may not be all British myth. They treat it as history, so you better do it right.
Listen, I'm a huge fan of that
material. You better do it well.
Material.
Let's put it that way.
I'm a huge fan of that material. I've read Lamort to Arthur. And I went through it. I mean, it took me a while because it's very big.
Yeah.
But I love that shit. But nothing touches Excalibur.
Right, the classic from the
John Borman film.
70s or 80s?
And even that's heavily abridged, too.
Oh, well, 2-hour movie.
They took that material and they made a film with Sean Connery and Richard Gere, which totally like focused on the love aspect. And that is worlds above that fucking Guy Ritchie movie.
Wow. Well, yeah.
Some of the worst movies of the year?
The Lego Ninjago movie.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, that was rough, huh?
It was boring. It was
really for a Lego movie. That's got to move like 100 miles an hour. It was.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
so I guess for that one at least, not everything was awesome.
No. No. It was just kind of thing. It's like, I get the setup. Oh, this is completely by the numbers, and the jokes aren't funny. And why am I here?
Gotcha. Can I get a refund? Yeah. Can I sneak into another room at least?
Yeah, and 2 movies I saw in the same evening. And I don't think I can ever forgive myself because people warned me.
Right.
People told me to avoid these movies.
Okay.
And I couldn't help myself.
Yeah.
So you went to see them back and back?
And they were Suburbicon and The Snowman.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Ouch.
Well.
And
you were warned, right?
I was warned. And one movie that is also boring and bad and a horrible representation of true events is Professor Marston and the Wonder Women.
Oh, all right.
Rebecca Hall has a good performance in it, but the rest of it is just shit. Okay. Just get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Like, that would be a great documentary, and it's just the changes that they made because, we need to make these people look pretty. You know, it's like at that point, then why are you doing this?
So Wesley has a technical question. Now, speaking to the technical aspect of the question, and only the technical aspect of the question is, how soon is too soon for a question about The Last Jedi that could be a spoiler? So his question is not really about Last Jedi, but like theoretically, like when is it clear to pose a question that the phrasing of the question itself is a spoiler, and then posing that publicly, so maybe he had a spoiler kind of question he was going to send, but he thought maybe it's too soon.
I'm gonna say
once the movie's out of theaters.
Once the movie's out of theaters.
No, I don't even think you got to wait till it's out of theaters. I think everyone's pretty much seen a movie like that within the first 2 weeks.
Well,
so
certainly
after the
audience.
first 2 weekends, I would say you're probably safe.
Well, I would say after the first 2 weeks, you can say a question if you preface it with a spoiler warning.
I almost don't like a month. I think after like a month or so, if a movie kind of really falls out of like the top 10, like it's not a behemoth.
Well, they usually fall out of the top 10 after the first 2 weeks, right?
Right. Well, that's what I mean. Like a Star Wars will hang on for a little while.
Yeah,
a little longer than other things, but most things, right? They fall out within 2 weeks.
Yeah, didn't they break $1 billion in 2 weekends almost?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it is at $1 billion right now.
Yeah, it's at $1 billion. I mean, it's just a small movie. So his next question here is.
I think what happened with just real quick with Star Wars is everyone was like, I didn't like the way it was. I want to go see it again, see if there's anything different.
Right. So both sides of the argument went to see it again, which is why it's making so much money.
Yeah.
If you kind of were questioning it, you went to see it again, and if you loved it, you went to see it again. So
Right.
it's like,
Right.
that's just the way.
So
it's
in other
going
words,
down.
they made the perfect movie because it's still making fucking money.
Exactly. His next question here, is there a worse movie to get for Christmas than Batman vs. Superman? I have a Blu-ray copy if anyone wants one.
That's not really a bad Christmas present.
Yeah,
No, it's not a bad movie.
I'm
It's
sure
just-
there's extras on there.
If you got the King
movies that
Arthur
are-
movie,
there's. I was just gonna say, there's significantly worse movies to
Yes,
get.
absolutely.
I mean, you can get a really, really bad movie that's in a genre you can't stand.
Sure. I mean, sure.
You
You
know?
could have got the Blu-ray copy of You Got Mail.
Hey man.
But I can't mock the Hanks.
I would tell them, look at it this way: keep it, don't open it,
Right.
and eventually, it's going to end up being worth money because not everyone else is going to have it. If it's not that good a movie, they're not going to sell lots of them. So you're going to have a rare copy.
Wesley, what version of Batman v Superman did you get? Did you get a steel book? Did you get a lenticular slipcover? What did you get? Talk to me.
Posed by Steelbook at Uncle Jay.
'Cause I got a really nice Jim Lee artwork steelbook of Batman
did?
v Superman. Well, I showed you both.
Yeah.
I got they're just beautiful.
Fair enough.
But he probably wouldn't have sent that email if he got that version. Because he would have said, "Oh, this is cool."
Like, I'm telling him, I
That
got
looks
the
good on the
Steelbook.
shelf. And they do. Steel books look great on the shelf. They're like little books.
Yeah.
Why
What did Steph say now?
Steph didn't say nothing.
Oh, come on, man!
Steph didn't send
I
anything.
have to go down to friggin'.
I mean, I don't know.
Phoenix.
Let me check the mailbox here. I'll refresh it. I'll look again.
Yeah, bro, we're almost done.
No. Almost done?
Yeah.
We're overdone.
Yeah.
This is the year-end special.
Really, what's the after show going to be? We might as well just do whatever else we're going to do.
Just
Yeah,
give it the whole
it's
thing.
9:30.
And just do a big 3-hour fucking
That's
end
it.
of year fucking run.
Yeah.
Extravaganza.
At this point, it's 9:30. What are we gonna
Yeah.
do? We're
Well-
gonna take 2-minute break and do a 20-minute after show.
Come on,
I'm gonna make it a 4-minute break. I just queued up a song.
All right.
But does anybody gotta use the bathroom or anything?
No,
actually, I
I'm
do
good.
have to.
Let's just
All
blow
right,
through it.
Well, I'm gonna
Schmovie.
shit.
Okay.
Fuck.
No, do.
Like now I'm like, well,
You can find me on Twitter at Edward O'Hare TBD.
You can find Bob at Bob WTPC. just
I love how you ran back.
well, because he's gonna have to play guitar on the way out. But we're gonna stretch it out for you. So yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna go to a quick song.
What's the song, man? Don't let it be something shitty. Play like
What you want? You want me to play what you want?
Exactly.
Did you send me a pre-approved
I did.
list of songs
The
that I can choose
Partridge
from?
Family. Doesn't somebody want to be wanted? Play that.
Of all the Partridge Family songs, I gotta play that one? The one I like the least?
Point me in the direction of Albuquerque.
Get me in a multicolored fucking school bus and let's go.
Don't play Come On, Get Happy because that song is 40 seconds long.
But that's why it's 40 seconds long.
Yeah,
because any more than that, you wouldn't be happy.
And you're still going to be in mid-turd.
He's taking a leak. He's not pooping.
I'm saying you.
Oh, me? I'm not taking a shit either.
Shit.
I did not. Did I? Well, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant, Ed, what are you doing? Don't huff the pipe.
Okay.
I was just looking at it.
You're going to get a contact.
It's going to be an explosion, babe.
Oh, I'll put that fucking shit
do.
Oh, that you like.
Yeah, I like it
that
now.
I like. That I like. All right, fucking, all right. I'm fine. I'll put on an explosion. It's probably fucking, it'll go over better than this other one.
Jay, what's your Twitter handle?
I forgot. No, I'm still at Man of Steel Books, but come January 1st, I'm going to change it to what Zombie John Thompson recommended. And it's probably going to be Uncle Jay's Thing.
Oh.
It's got a couple of meanings.
I bet it does.
Uncle Jay's Thing.
Oh, yeah. I bet.
I get that out of
Our
my
thing.
face.
Cosa Nostra.
Yes.
It's an extravaganza.
Yes, I get the reference there, Papa Paisan.
So we're doing a 3-hour show, right?
I don't know about 3 hours.
It's 9:31.
Well, we always do a 3-hour broadcast. The question is, will we do it the 3-hour
extravaganza? I said it earlier.
Extravaganza.
Yeah.
Why can't I pull this video back? There we go. Okay. Yeah. So Ed mentioned where he is at. Jay, did you said where you're at?
I said I'm at Man of Steel Books.
Bob, we gave out, and
For
then
another 2
I am
days.
at Wicked Theory on Twitter. The show and everything else can be found at wickedtheory.com. But you can find everything. Help us out on Patreon, people. Support us upcoming in the new year. We have some plans for things we want to do.
Yeah.
And
Like
look,
a human
I don't want.
sacrifice.
I don't like begging in a way. I don't like kind of looking at people because we got a small audience that's dedicated already, and those who can help already are helping. But
Throw us a couple $2-3.
look,
Cash.
there's a couple of things we're kind of like in need here of to kind of make another big move, and I'm hesitant because it's going to cost money. It's going to cost money to get a camera and kind of do some more fun stuff. Like I could record everything off my laptop. Do I want to? No. Like, you know what I mean? So let's put it like that. And then so consider us. Consider us for your appreciation. Consider it for your appreciation, or whatever it is they say at podcast. Patreon.com/wicked.
Are we ordering a pizza?
And don't forget, when you sign up for $30, you get a mug.
There is that. There is that.
I want a mug.
Hey, if a bunch of people just sign up for the mug for 1 month,
Well, that's not
And
how
then they
that
drop-
goes.
and
That's
then they-
not how that goes.
Well,
you got
all
to be in for 3 months before you get the mug.
okay. All right,
Because
so
otherwise, you could just come in for the
all
mug
right.
and
Well,
leave.
this still gets to my point of if a bunch of people will do that, it
I
will help
got
us
a
get the
mug.
video camera
Yeah, look,
much
you know,
faster.
Do you have
You
a
know.
mug, Ed?
Yeah, I got him.
Oh, you got one. Okay.
Yeah, you guys are staff. You got one.
I didn't know I didn't get no
You didn't get
mug.
one? All right, I got one for you. I got one for you. I thought I gave you one. Because we had an extra one floating around in the house.
Unless you gave me one.
I need to
Unless
get
you
her,
gave
I need
me
to get
one
her
and you
address.
ashed in it. And
Ah, yeah, I probably did.
And it became an ashtray.
Yeah, I probably did that. I
Course
probably
of the
did that.
week.
All right, Brother Bob. That's it. Take us out of here, huh? No. We have to stay? Keep your headphones on, Jay. This song's for you.
Atomic bomb. Don't look at me.
The Wicked Theory podcast is heard live every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern until whenever. Just go to mixler.com/wicked-theory. Mixler is MIXLR. Sign up to join the chat. Then click the follow button to get reminders whenever the show goes live. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music, wherever good podcasts are given away for free, and at wickedtheory.com. You can support the show at patreon.com/wickedtheory. There you can get the after show if you miss it live. God forbid. Plus other exclusive episodes. As always, send your emails to podcast@wickedtheory.com.